Sports Network, the only game in town.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports and regionsports.com. We come to you tonight from Viking Field at Valparaiso High School as the Region Sports Network presents the number 2 team in our RSN Top 10, the Valparaiso Vikings, taking on the number 1 team in the RSN Top 10, the Merrillville Pirates. I'm Lucas Moore. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game, and joining me with the color analysis is Doug Ashenbaugh. Doug, this thing has been arguably the biggest rivalry in this region since 1976 when the Merrillville Pirates upsetted the defending state champion in 1975 Valparaiso Vikings to lead themselves to the 1976 state championship. That's the time that Merrillville became a relevant program under Ken Hopp. Came right out of Cincinnati, where I'm from, that same area. We got good football down in Ohio.
Sure do.
And it got brought up to Indiana, and it changed the program, and it launched this rivalry that now has reached a pinnacle once again, as both these teams undefeated on the regular season and in conference play heading into this game tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, you got the 5A state contenders over here with Valpo, 6A in Merrillville. Again, the rivalry's heated up. It's going to be an electric night here. This goes way back into the 70s, like you talked about. Big powerhouses here for the Duneland Athletic Conferences, too, as well. Every time they're going against each other, it's fireworks. It's always a very tight game, and it's exciting to see what tonight's going to bring.
Well, and both these teams are so talented that there's a universe that exists that at the end of the season, we look back and this game was actually bigger than a state championship game, because a world exists that both these teams could win a state title, but yet not have beaten each other. And that's what makes this so interesting, is that the bragging rights start and end right here tonight between the purple and the green.
It sure does. Like you said, they're both state contenders here, state final contenders here. And again, these games are big. I mean, we were watching probably a state finals game tonight, and it's right here in the region too as well. And every year it's the same, that rivalry. Every single year these teams are always pushing a playoff run, and it's always exciting to watch both these powerhouses go head-to-head with each other.
Two powerhouses, and arguably the most exciting rivalry in the region. It took a hiatus a year ago. These two teams haven't played since 2019. It's a whole different world since then, but it's the same old rivalry. We're going to take a short break, dive into the starting lineups, and break down this matchup. You're watching Game Night, perhaps the Game Night, on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week.
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party.
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area.
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back into Viking Field here in Valparaiso, as those Valparaiso Vikings are going to battle the Merrillville Pirates. Doug Ashenball to my right. I'm Lucas Moore. Brandon Root on our camera. Zach Miller, our game producer tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups, Doug. Let's start with the Merrillville defense and their secondary. Might not be involved in the pass game too much, these four guys in the back, but they're going to have to stop the big play from the Valparaiso running game and Hayden Vineyard.
Yeah, Hayden Vineyard's got some explosive speed, and he knows how to find some gaps and obviously take it for the long run, too, as well. We saw an 80-yard touchdown off the second play last week, and that's what they're going to have to bottle him up tonight.
Yeah, and then we move further down on the Merrillville defense to their front seven, and these are some big boys. They're tough guys to run around. It's probably going to be Hayden Vineyard's hardest matchup this year, as this Merrillville defense been very effective, just 14 points allowed per game.
Yeah, big boys up front again. I mean, it's going to be a game of trenches. We know that. We're going to see how the big boys fight up against each other. It's going to be exciting to watch that.
And then we move to the Merrillville offensive side. Now, this is where the highlights are made. We've got Kenneth Grant at right guard, just committed to Michigan.
Yeah.
This is a big unit that can move people around. But again, they're facing their toughest matchup in the Valparaiso Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, flip-flopping the side. I mean, Kenneth Grant's a big boy over there. It's exciting to watch him play. And that front, the Valpo front line is going to be something that's still going to give him a little challenge here, but it's going to be exciting how he can handle that, and can he move them big boys too as well.
Well, and then the big boys sent up the fast guys, and that is quite an impressive skill group from the Merrillville Pirates. Angel Nelson has 68% completion percentage this year, an insane number, and we'll call Justin Marshall's name a lot. He's 666 receiving yards. But how about Lavarion Logan? I mean, this is a guy that's special. They call him Tank for a reason.
They sure do. Yeah, he's an explosive running back as well. And again, you get him in open field. Good luck trying to make that one-on-one tackle in open field. He's electric whenever he touches the ball.
Well, it's going to be a tough task to stop that Merrillville offense. Let's meet the Valparaiso defense that'll try to stop those guys. Now, this is going to be a little more of a 4-4-3 with a nickel linebacker playing up and down. And that's why we see three players in the secondary, and Nolan Johnson, Peter Cross, and Tyler Burskew. I mean, one interception from Johnson and Burskew, the two corners. They picked the ball off this year. Turnovers would be huge today.
Turnovers going to be key. Can they stop that explosive speed we were just talking about in that receiving core for Merrillville? They're going to be tested tonight a little bit, but I think they can show up and see what we got.
Well, and with Lavarion Logan running at you don't want him to get to the secondary, and that's what this linebacking core in front seven is all about. Technically a front eight. Let's go ahead and take a look at our front eight. A lot of big guys up front. Aiden McNeil, the leader in sacks. And Mason McMullen, the linebacker, the tackles for loss leader. This is going to be the key unit, because if they can't slow down Logan, they're not going to be able to slow down the pass game, and the Pirates are just going to start running away from this. This might be the key unit of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, Nathan Kraft was great last week against the Bulldogs, too, as well. That boy's got some vision on defense. He can really read his keys that he has. It's going to be exciting to see what this front seven does. And, again, a little bit different than what their O-line is. A little bit smaller guys, but that speed is coming from him, and that's going to be exciting to watch against those big boys against Merrillville.
Well, let's take a look at the big boys on offense for the Valparaiso Vikings. Front five, they've done a solid job this year opening up holes for Hayden Vineyard and Logan Lockhart. This is a run-based offense. These guys are going to be moving downhill today.
Sure are. I think last week we averaged it out about 280 on the offensive line for Valpo. They got a couple boys that get over, 300. And big boys versus big boys is always a good fight to watch. And we're going to see some trench play tonight. It's going to be exciting.
We're going to see a lot of high-level play everywhere. Let's finish out the starting lineups with the skill position for the Valparaiso Vikings. Logan Lockhart, the quarterback, high completion percentage at 65%, but only 62 passes. This is a run-first offense.
Always. It has been. Vineyard ran 40 times 2 weeks ago. Last week, again, up in the 30s. It's run the ball heavy and try to stop us. And that's what we're seeing.
Well, Doug, you're going to break down some keys of the game coming up on the other side of the break as we wrap up the Tech Tailgate Show, brought to you by Tech Credit Union. This is Valpo versus Merrillville. This is the Pirates versus the Vikings. This is a rivalry that has defined a region for near 50 years, and we're excited to bring it to you tonight. Keys to the game coming up next. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com. TechCreditUnion.com. Tech Credit Union is the better option for personal and business banking. Buy a car, remodel your home, pay for an education, expand your business. Tech Credit Union can help you do these things and more. You'll enjoy the latest banking services, but without the cost of the big bank relationship. With branches throughout the region, fee-free ATMs nationwide, and online services, they're convenient too. Learn more at techcu.org. Contact any branch or call 800-276-TECH. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
We are nearing kickoff in a game that's waited through a pandemic to occur. Valpo versus Merrillville, Pirates versus Vikings, here on the Region Sports Network. We want to remind you that those starting lineups we showed you earlier were brought to you by Central Agency Insurance, Valparaiso. That's Central Agency Insurance, covering autos, homes, and businesses. They sponsored the Valparaiso starting lineup. They've been doing that since 1987 with a 24-hour claim service. They're ready when you need them. Call 464-4467. We'll go over some more starters in the second half after we've had some changes, maybe some shifting and moving. We also want to thank Ileana Appliance Repair for the Merrillville starting lineups, as the Merrillville Pirates starting lineups brought to you by Ileana Appliance Repair, with repair service available 7 days a week. Make sure you call 219-237-0762. We'll also go over some more of those lineups in the second half. How about the Valparaiso Vikings?
The fireworks are going.
And hey, I was at Paul Brown Stadium last night. That's better than what they got down there. So this is quite a show. While the teams are coming out of the field, let's talk about our keys. Let's wait to talk about our keys to the game. It's time for those keys to the game, and the keys for tonight's game brought to you by No Block Realty Group. Get your keys to a new home from No Block Realty Group. Keys to tonight's game for the Merrillville Pirates, Doug.
Merrillville Pirates, yeah. The big thing is get Valpo in third and long situations, right? They haven't been in those situations much this year, and when you have a heavy run game, third and long is tough. Bottle up Vineyard. I think everybody would know that. And last thing is get off the field quickly on defense. Don't let Valpo control that clock. Get that ball back in your explosive offense. And, obviously that's where you want. Your playmakers are there on offense. Get off the field on defense. Get a ball.
How about the Valparaiso Vikings? Their keys to the game.
Yeah, biggest thing is establish a run game early, as they have, right? We all know that they have been doing that. Control the clock and the ball. Keep that Merrillville out of that explosive offense. And last thing, limit the big plays from Merrillville.
We'll go ahead and pause for the Star Spangled Banner. Keys to the game, the Star Spangled Banner and fireworks, brought to you by No Block Realty Group. No Block Realty Group. Visit them on the web at noblockrealtygroup.com. Serving all of Northwest Indiana. Give them a call at 219-707-6513. That's KNOBLOCK realtygroup.com. All right, it's time for the Economy Electric Heating and Cooling Friday night forecast. An absolutely beautiful night here in Valparaiso, Indiana, where it is 72 degrees and feels like 72 with humidity just below 60%. Wind softly coming out of the east and southeast at about 4 miles per hour. We do have a 30% chance of rain tonight, although it seems unlikely with no clouds visible in the night sky. Beautiful night for football, Doug. That game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com, and that's the number 4, forajobdoneright.com. This has been the Tech Credit Union Tailgate Show, brought to you by Tech Credit Union, with 5 Northwest Indiana locations to serve you. Visit techcu.org for more info. Celebrating 85 years of serving the community. Check them out at techcu.org. We'll step aside 30 seconds, be back with the kickoff. The game night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all Orthopedic Specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class care to Northwest Indiana for over 20 years.
Welcome back as the Region Sports Network presents coverage of Valparaiso Viking football with video powered by Island Nutrition Smoothies and more. Located in Valparaiso at 1675 Westmoreland Drive in the Thorn-Apple Plaza. Order online at islandnutritionsmoothie.com. We want to thank them for being a huge sponsor of tonight's game. Coin toss currently happening on the field. The Pirates will receive the opening kick as the Vikings elect to defer. That's a decision that used to be controversial in like 2008, but everybody's figured out that double score, end to half, second half, is so valuable, and Bill Belichick taught us all that lesson. For sure, especially in big games like this, right? You got to take advantage of all those opportunities that you see out there, and that's one big one there. Being able to get the ball right before half, get it right back right after halftime. It is a key to these big rivalry games. And we also want to thank Toyota of Merrillville for sponsoring high school football right here on the Region Sports Network. And when you're looking for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, visit Toyota of Merrillville. We make it easy. And don't forget, after the game, we'll have all 3 awards. Our Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, the IKORCC Play of the Game, and the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game. And stay with us after the game for the Centier Bank Studio Report with Mike Byer and Nathan Laird delivering you all the scores from around the region. The region, though, has its eyes right here, Doug. Even people that aren't here are thinking about here, because this is number 1 and number 2 teams in the region, almost undisputed at this point. Both teams 6-0, 4-0 in the DAC.
Sure are. I think I actually seen a message to us today. Someone's watching in South Carolina tonight, watching this game back home from here. So this is an exciting game that's not just heard in the region. It's crossing some state borders even. Well, and we are about to get rolling here in the state of Indiana. A short pooch punt, or pooch kickoff, that's brought up and fielded. Ball's out. Merrillville trying to be on it, and they are. At the 26-yard line, it's going to be Pirate football. An interesting and nearly disastrous play from Tyrese Frazier, the senior, who caught the ball as the up man, almost dropped it and gave a free one to Valpo to start. Yeah, it was smart by Valpo, keeping away from them athletic boys off back. And hey, come over here, get your big boys. Can they catch it? Can they run a little bit there? And now I think it was a great by the Valpo kickoff that you saw there, and it caused a little confusion for Merrillville. And now we have this Pirates offense averaging 46 points per game. The big man up front, Kenneth Grant, wearing the number 78. He's committed to Michigan this past week, 12th ranked player in the state. He's one to watch. Angel Nelson, a play-action pass, zips it deep down the left sideline, and great coverage on the play from Tyler Verskill. Some tight coverage there. Right now, they went off. They said, hey, can you cover our receivers? That's exactly what Merrillville's message was sending right there. And Valpo's defensive back did an amazing job covering that man-to-man.
We'll talk about Angel Nelson, Doug. 68% completion, 1,400 yards, 18 touchdowns a pick this year. He's been fantastic.
When you look at the wide receiver core, it's a little easy for him a little bit there. Some great athletes with some great hands.
Tyree Frazier was the intended target on the last play. He's the receiver just off the top of your screen. It's 2nd down and 10. Line to gain the 36. Quick dump pass Marshall. He sprints up the numbers and close to the marker. Does get the first down, and the chains move for this dangerous Pirates offense.
That's what Merrillville's going to be trying to do this evening, I think, is really just getting the playmakers the ball quickly. As you can see, let them be in the open field and say, hey, come tackle us.
And some people would complain that having Justin Marshall is a bit unfair. He's a transfer from Calumet, became good friends with his quarterback, Angel Nelson, and they're good friends because they have almost 700 yards already this year.
That's been one solid connection.
And now they'll get their back Logan involved. Lavarion Logan showing his tank ability as he gets out to the 45. Teammates gave him the nickname Tank this season, the senior. 118 carries, 919 yards, 18 touchdowns, almost 8 yards a pop, Doug.
Yeah, and you just saw it there again, getting 9 yards on that just straight dive play. Power.
2nd and 2 to Logan again. He stretches left, and a nice job from the Valparaiso front four and linebacking core to snuff that out for no gain. And now a 3rd down for this Vikings defense. They've only allowed 31.7% on 3rd down this year, and a huge early 3rd down.
That was a great play by Nathan Kraft. We said his name earlier. When he reads them keys and plugs that hole, he had to bounce outside, and that's where they were coming flying up again. And that's what we're going to need to see a lot of tonight from Valpo's D.
3rd and a short 2 or long 1, however you see it. Line to gain is the 47-yard line. Stretch play to Logan left. He's knocked down near the line of scrimmage, but it looked like his forward momentum got the sticks.
It's going to be a close one there, but on that play again, Nathan Kraft. I mean, we're going to be saying his name a lot tonight. Another amazing read by him, just over the sticks. That's just putting your helmet down and trying to get the chains to move.
Yeah, it's a great play by Kraft, but Logan, 205-pound forward momentum. It's tough to stop it. 1st and 10 near midfield for the Pirates. 10-13 remaining in the first quarter. So many dynamic receiving weapons for this Pirates team. They've got 3 players over 250 yards as they dump one out left. And here's one of those weapons sprinting up the sideline and diving out of bounds. Looked like Silas Mathis on the catch and run.
Just a quick right off the bat, step back, pitch and catch. Come out and try to tackle us again. Them corners are playing off a little bit, and they're seeing that they have that advantage right off the bat. That's going to be much better than going down the field, and we're seeing a lot of success from the Merrillville Pirates offense with that.
Well, I mean, both these offenses are so talented. You just wonder, is anybody going to get stops today? There's so much talent on the field. Both these teams averaging 46 points per game.
They sure are. It's going to be electric. There's going to be a lot of scoring. It's going to be exciting on both sides of the ball.
1st and 10, fake to Logan, dump out Justin Marshall. He makes a move, makes a man miss outside. Marshall still with the football, looking for blocks. He's inside the 20, 2 penalty markers down. We'll see who it's on. Valpo's pointing Merrillville's direction, and this might be a big penalty, and that might be what stops these two offenses themselves.
Yeah, penalties may kills your momentum, that's first and foremost. But they brought Justin Marshall in the backfield with that swing pass. Again, them quick passes to get their athletes the ball in an open field. You saw the moves he was making. It's tough to break down on those kind of quick athletes with some quick feet.
I mean, it's just the stats have been incredible for Marshall as the foul is a personal foul, illegal crackback block. 22 catches. This is coming into the game. Marshall already 2 catches today. 22 catches, 666 yards, 11 touchdowns. Half his catches have been touchdowns heading into this game. It's absolutely incredible. 1st down and 8. They actually gain 2 yards on the penalty, but they lose the yardage gained. As Nelson flips one towards Frazier, and it's incomplete. Great coverage on the play from Nolan Johnson, the senior.
Nolan Johnson again. Look, hey, they're coming out to play. They're not going to let that long ball beat them tonight. And again, man-to-man coverage. It was no zone, no safety over the top. He did well. He did a great job matching up with them athletes.
Well, and if you're Valpo, you're not going to stop everything, but you have to stop something, right?
Yes, exactly. And I'd pick the big plays over the top and let them kind of grind it out in the middle.
Well, I mean, longer drives, more prone to mistakes.
Exactly.
Penalties like we already saw. Hey, Almost a fumble on the kickoff for Merrillville. So we'll see on a 2nd and 8. Nelson, quick throw on an RPO. He found Silas Mathis inside the red zone for a first down.
And that's where you see that play action where those linebackers have to bite and come up right over the top of them on a quick slant. That's tough. Tough for the defensive back to defend.
And that's a high-level RPO from a 5'9" quarterback in Angel Nelson.
Yes.
That is so tough to run the RPO at that height because of the windows you're trying to throw through.
Absolutely, and when you have 6'4" tackles as well, you're trying to throw over the top of, but he did a tremendous job in Reed there.
Well, the talent on the field right now would match some small colleges that play throughout the country, maybe at the D3 level, but Angel Nelson hands off to Logan up the middle as he runs over a man at the 15 right down the middle of the field, bring up 2nd down at about 5. There's just so much talent here. I mean, other than age, that's the only thing that separates them from many D3, D2 teams around the country.
It really does. I mean, you're looking down here. I mean, the atmosphere even feels like a university right now. And you know what Merrillville's really doing is keeping it true, right? You got to run up the gut to be able to open up those RPOs, those quick swing passes. And that's exactly what Merrillville's trying to establish still here.
An absolute march of the drive for the Merrillville Pirates. As the handoff goes Logan, space, and a touchdown. Lavarion Logan dashes in from 13 yards out to open the scoring here at Viking Field.
Yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's a straight dive play. And Logan's just going to hit the B gap. We're going to get a big kick out over here by our big boys on the end, and it opened up a big gap. It's one-on-one. I got some speed. I'm going to put my head down. Who's going to win it? And Logan won that battle.
The Pirates march down the field, and with 8:20 left in this first quarter, they are an extra point away from a 7-0 lead. Officials are having a conversation. There's a penalty marker down in the end zone here, Doug.
I do see it now. Interesting to see what it is.
Our eyes were on the replay. Penalty is on Valpo as they're asking Brad Cease on the sideline. Brad, it is 7th year at Merrillville, a 47-28 record. They've really just started getting this thing rolling here for the Pirates. To reach to where some people, we have them as the number 1 team in our RSN poll, so some people consider the Pirates the favorites in this game.
Yeah, these athletes, I mean, when you can work with what they have, you saw them remain calm, right? They stuck to the run game. They stuck to the quick passes. It wasn't having to be over the top. Every part of this offense is just dynamic, and you could choose and be really strategic when you're running and marching down the field.
A really great march, showed all the talent. They used Silas Mathis. They threw passes to Tyrese Frazier. They gave the ball to Lavarion Logan. Oh, and it's not going to get there. Valpo can't get the 2-point stops the 2-point conversion, and the score is 6-0. And in the game we expect tonight, Doug, that might be a huge moment in this one. And we'll see if we'll have to look back on that one later in the game, is unable to get the 2. The Merrillville Pirates. Valpo down by 6. One offense marched. Now the other offense gets their opportunity. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Toyota of Merrillville, we take pride in being a one-stop shop for anything Toyota related. The best part of the Toyota Merrillville experience is that we make it easy to do business with us. We have a committed team of professionals that's here to help you do just that. When you come in for service, we will welcome you and have plenty of staff on hand to handle your needs. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Toyota of Merrillville sales team is the best in the business to help you with your buying decision. We practice what we preach. When we say we make it easy, that's exactly what we do.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
Vo and Vineyard back to return. The quarterback, also the kicker on kickoffs, Angel Nelson for the Merrillville Pirates. Pirates opened the scoring with a big-time touchdown drive. A 13-yard run capped it off, but they went for 2. Didn't end up getting it. Vineyard on the return here. Hayden Vineyard room to run. Vineyard has the edge. He's past the 45 to the 50. He cuts back at the 40. He's inside the 30. He's dragged down at the 20. Hayden Vineyard, momentum play in the first quarter.
Big momentum play there. I'm surprised they even kicked it his way. You know that guy's electric, and after that big momentum shift over there on that 2-point conversion fail, kicking it to Vineyard and picking that up, Valpo is going to march, and it's going to be exciting to see what they bring here.
And really cool image, number 85, Dylan Kwiatkowski, the senior, had to run all the way across the field to pick up his helmet that had fallen on the play. However, if he participated in the play, it might bring this kickoff back as they've got the penalty marker on the field.
I do see one.
That's the second one they've snuck on us.
Yeah.
Merrillville has not had some good luck in this rivalry. The last time the Pirates have won against the Vikings, October 3rd, 2014, a whole 2,555 days ago. It's just something you don't expect with a game of this magnitude with these type of quality teams.
You sure don't, but I mean, that really shows how well Valpo's teams have been year over year. That's a big statement right there. 2014 is a long time, and just shows a tradition over here at the Valpo.
It's going to be a legal participation on Kwiatkowski for running with his helmet off. So it'll depend on the spot, and they'll mark it off from there. It'll still be a good kickoff return and great field position for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's going to be great field position here, and I bet last week on the first play for Valpo, I'm going to bet again, they're going to hand that ball off to Vineyard and see what he can do.
Well, Bill Marshall is the genius on the sideline, a 37-6 record, and if we remember how his career started in 2018, has a team that wins the DAC, head coach steps away, he has to step in and coach. He starts his career 0-3, tournament loss, back-to-back regular season losses, and hasn't lost a regular season game since. 27 straight wins in the regular season, and since the 0-3 start, a 37-3 record for Bill Marshall and Valparaiso. It's been quite a run for them.
Yeah, he hasn't looked back since.
Now we'll see Logan Lockhart and Hayden Vineyard. Man in motion, Tommy Vo. They'll hand off Vineyard. He pumps up the middle for maybe 2 or 3 yards. And this big Merrillville front, Kenneth Grant, Kenneth Gresham, Caleb Carter, Jordan McGee, big boys up front are going to be hard to run against.
They really are, and I don't think Valpo's seen that yet this year, especially someone as caliber as Kenneth Grant, right? How can they control him is going to be a big play in how their run game is tonight.
And it's going to be 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard run. 7:40 to go, quarter one, a 6-0 Merrillville lead. They scored on their opening drive, elected to go for 2, could not get there. Vo in motion again. Lockhart will keep. It's triple option, and Lockhart wrapped up. Might have had the pitch, elect to keep, only 2 yards and a 3rd and 6.
And again, we talk about Kenneth Grant and his presence. He was on the opposite side, broke through the line, and he's the one that made the tackle up here. How they control him tonight is going to dictate their offense.
And that option offense is how Valpo loves to operate. 349 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground for Lockhart coming into this game. Vineyard almost 1,200 yards and 16 tutties on the ground.
Yeah, they're in a long little situation. We talked about that earlier, key to the game for Merrillville.
68% on 3rd down this year, the Vikings. 3rd down and 6. Lockhart to throw. Found a man, Tommy Vo. A 1st down inside the 20.
Great read by Logan Lockhart. He saw the blitzing backer coming up, waited, receiver right over the top. Again, that's really holding your poise when you got somebody running full speed right at you. That's a tough throw to make. He stood strong, made a nice completion, moved the chains.
Well, Lockhart certainly can throw. That's his 63rd pass attempt of the year, and he's 65% completion. So when they've done it, they've been efficient doing it. Now a 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Vikings, trying to respond to the opening drive touchdown from the Pirates. It's an option left. Pitch goes Vineyard. Vineyard can't escape the grasp of Tyrese Frazier. It's only a couple yards on 1st down.
And that's the speed on the edge for Merrillville there. You know, that's going to be a tough matchup trying to spread Merrillville out. That's a tough thing to do. And you saw the speed there. He played that great and made a tackle in the open field against Vineyard, which we normally don't see.
Well, I mean, if you win up front against Merrillville, now you got all these guys in the secondary that can tackle. I mean, we've got Devin Jarrett, Zach Lucius, Tyrese Frazier all back there, Fred Reddick as well. Those guys can move and they can tackle.
Yes.
I mean, both these teams have met their match.
They sure have.
2nd down and 9. Vo faked across. The handoff went Vineyard. He's inside the 15, about 3 yards short of the marker.
And that was a great play by the center there, Zach Barreras on Kenneth Grant. I think I saw a pancake, and that's why you saw, a 6-7 yard run. Again, we talked about that. Can they control him on the D-line? That's going to open up their run game all night.
Well, Kenneth Grant, 345 pounds, D1 commit. But, hey, Barreras, 340 pounds himself. So
it's a good matchup.
Not everything's going to come easy. About as high level of football as you can see in the state of Indiana, especially in Week 7. 3rd down and 5. Lockhart whips one over the middle. It's caught inside the 5 by Thomas Vo. The senior comes up big on this drive again.
It was a great throw over the linebackers again. They are not scared to go into the middle. And that's where they think they're going to find success is stay away from the outside in their speed, hit them up the center, or up the middle, right over the backers. I think it's going to have a nice mismatch up all night.
This Valpo offense showing why they average 8.5 yards per play on the year. They have marched down the field just like the Pirates did to open the quarter. It's now 1st down and goal. Lockhart, handoff, Vineyard, brought down in the backfield. Oh, nearly got it on the second effort, and the final tackle on the play made by Aaron Thompson of Merrillville.
Yeah, great play by Thompson there, but again, it showed you the strong legs of Vineyard. He doesn't give up, and it's going to take more than just one guy to bring him down tonight.
Pirates lead by 6. Vikings trying to make it 2 for 2 in terms of total scoring drives in this game. This is our second total drive. Pirates scored on their first.
What you're seeing here is controlling the clock.
Oh, and that's blown up in the backfield. Lockhart tried to give it to Vineyard. He ended up.
The ball came loose.
Did the ball come out? It did.
The ball came loose.
Pirates have stolen the football. A blown up exchange on the play, an incredible defensive effort from the Pirates, and they've stolen a goal-to-go possession from Valpo, and this game just took a turn in the first quarter.
It sure did, big boy. Kenneth Grant again. As you see here, we got Kenneth Grant that's going to come up the center, and he messes up that exchange for them, and it's who's going to get the ball. Well, unfortunately, Merrillville came out of this. He blows him up, comes to the center, and the next thing you know, ball's on the ground, and Merrillville comes up. Big goal line stop right there.
Hey, maybe Jim Harbaugh should consider him on the other side of the ball as well. 3:57 to go in the first quarter. And this Merrillville Pirates team that has not defeated the Valparaiso Vikings since October 3rd, 2014, 2,555 days since they've beaten Valpo. As Angel Nelson flips it out to Justin Marshall, who's upended across the 10-yard line, about 4 yards on first down for Marshall, 2nd and 6.
There goes those swing passes you've seen again. And then, the corners over there for the Valpo Vikings, getting off those blocks, getting back up, making them cut up field. They're going to have to do that a lot tonight because, again, they're staying true to those quick passes with their athletes.
Well, with how unstoppable both these offenses seemed on that first drive, the turnover battle might decide it, Doug. And we just had our first one, and a huge one inside the 10.
Big. That's very big.
Inside the 5. 2nd and 5. Pirates on offense again. Oh, and a false start. Looked like the right tackle went early. And he did make it 2nd and 10 now for the Pirates, an unfortunate penalty.
It's a big series here for the Valpo D. They got to get the ball back here, stop any kind of drive, and penalties may hurt them. We've seen penalties here on the Merrillville side. One turnover on Valpo can stall an offense real quick.
2nd down and 10, 3:10 to go. Quarter 1. Nelson faked a roll out right, then handed off Logan, and Logan's going to go right down the middle of the field. Breakaway speed, a stiff arm, and a foot race. Inside the 40, inside the 30. Lavarion Logan scores. Pirates! Exclamation point after the fumble. A touchdown of 90 yards and a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, this was it was almost a rollout draw kind of play where they came back on the opposite A-gap here. As you see, he rolls out, draw. Logan takes it up to the opposite A-gap, breaks the tackle up the center off this safety, and he was off to the races. And he showed his speed and finished that touchdown out.
And a stiff arm near midfield as well for Logan. What a touchdown. What a play. And the Pirates are feeling real good right now, Doug. I mean, what a start. And an exclamation point in this rivalry that they haven't had a victory in 5 straight. As they go for 2 again. Nelson flipped to Marshall, looking for the edge. Trying to find Pylon. He did!
He got in.
And the Pirates at 14 points now. A little mumble from the crowd here. They disagree with that call from this side of the field. But that near side official, he's closest to it. 2:51 left in quarter number 1. Lavarion Logan, 93 yards, and a 14-0 Pirates lead. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle.
Hi, I'm Amanda, the driver recruiter at Area Transportation, where we pay more because we value our drivers.
Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
Ensuing kickoff after the 93-yard touchdown run from Lavarion Logan. And Tommy Vo's got the edge. Tommy Vo past the 35 until he's brought down. And this is just so much talent. It's everywhere.
It really is. And again, some success on their kickoff return for Valpo, giving them good field position. Not as good as the first time. But again, you're getting the ball up by the 40 each time on offense, you're in good shape.
Now this Valpo offense that moved the ball on their opening drive, Doug, they're going to be challenged again. They fumbled inside the 5, and now they're down 2 scores. It's that thin of a margin in this game, and their offense got to get going now.
Yeah, focus on Kenneth Grant. Take care of Kenneth Grant, and you've proven that you can move the ball. I think that's what they're going to do here is maybe double team them, get them away from in the backfield again, making them plays, and still stick to what they want to do on offense.
And it looks like a false start here from Valpo before their drive even begins. It is 1st and 15 now.
Again, we're going to say his name a lot, but Kenneth Grant is a big reason for those kind of plays and those penalties. That offense is anxious. They want to get going, and they're worried about that D-line, obviously. And as you can see, that's where you can start seeing some false starts happen.
Kenneth Grant wearing the number 78, 6'4", 345-pound senior. And a big announcement this week, he tweeted it quick and then headed right to the weight room. That was the story. He'll try to find a way to give Michigan a Big Ten title. There he is! Oh, man! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a D1 football player.
And as you're going to see here, it's not only his size, it's his speed. As he blows through that right guard, he hit that gap between the guard and the tackle, and he had nowhere to go. Vineyard had nowhere to go. And Vineyard's quick. And he just showed off how quick he really is at 6'4", 345.
Vineyard's one of the best backs in the region.
Yes.
I mean, almost 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns, and there are 2 touchdowns through the air.
Yeah.
He's actually matched the total that Lavarion Logan has with 18 touchdowns.
Yeah. You may want to start seeing where they're starting to read him maybe on their option and getting away from him.
Fake pitch here. Lockhart eyes downfield. Fires one over the middle. Incomplete. Intended target Tommy Vo. And Vo's going to be a little slow to get up. Looks to be all right. Maybe a stinger on the hands. It's incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 20. And one of the keys to the game, avoid those 3rd and longs. Here we are for Valpo.
There they go again. And it looked like he had some grass out here to run. That's a tough play for a quarterback to roll out opposite of his throwing arm, set his hips, and get back. Looked like he could have picked up some chunky yards here on the outside edge, but decided to throw it. And again,
you think that's credit to being down 14-0? Feeling like you got to get it all back?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is. You want to make those big plays. You want to get them yards back. Right there, he was thinking about probably just moving them chains and completing that pass.
3rd down and 20. Line to gain the 47. Lockhart straight drop back. He's under pressure. Flips a ball out to the flat, incomplete. Had a man, but a nice defensive play. The intended target was Brady Kukelka, the senior.
Yeah, and you can see this is going to be tough for Valpo here is that they got Kenneth Grant on the left side. That is forcing Logan Lockhart to roll out to his opposite throwing arm, and that's going to be some tough passes for him. I don't see them being able to roll out against Kenneth Grant on that edge. They put him out on edge this time and said, hey, you got to go the opposite way on this 3rd and long, and they came up off the field.
A lot of question marks now for head coach Bill Marshall, just named the Indianapolis coach Indianapolis Colts Coach of the Week for the state back on September 20th, as this punt not as good as Valparaiso would have liked, as it doesn't even get to the other side of the field, only 1 yard past where the first down marker was standing. And now the Pirates have an opportunity, Doug, for, with this talented offense, I'm not going to say the final blow or coffin nails when we're in the first quarter, but we're talking about a long road back for Valparaiso.
And this is where you see Merrillville take their shots. Merrillville likes the midfield big plays. Don't be shocked if you see a 50-yard bomb here to, Justin Marshall, Tyrese Fraser, Mathis, whoever they have on the speed, but they have a lot of success with their big plays here at midfield.
Minute 43, quarter one. Pirates already with 14. They scored off of a turnover. They scored on their opening drive. This their third possession of the game. Nelson gives off to Logan, nearly tackled in the backfield for a loss, somehow gets a yard, and it's 2nd and 9. It's incredible he got a yard there.
Yeah, stretch play over there, and he fought to get that yard. Again, we're running that man one-on-one over here on this side, and they could be trying to set something up for that big play as I'm talking about here with no safety over the top. Guarantee you they saw that up there from the press box, shouting it down to the coaches on the sideline.
2nd down and 9, approaching a minute to go here in quarter number 1. Pirates, Vikings. A rivalry that really kick-started in 75-76 when the schools traded state championships.
Here we go.
Dump out, right side, caught by Peyton Young. Young, big body, room to run, gets out of bounds inside the 30, and pushed out of bounds late on the play, and a nice play made that time from Ian Wilson from behind to make sure there was no more yardage on the play for Peyton Young.
And what you saw there is when they had their twins out here, they just cleared the field and took off. They slipped out. Who was that? Peyton Young on there. And just think about that, is 20 more pounds than Logan, and he still got some speed. So they got some big backs over there.
And the guy you just saw with the football, Peyton Young, that is his 3rd catch of the year. Fake handoff, dump out left, Justin Marshall, and a nice play for 8-9 yards.
And the speed for the Merrillville Pirates is exactly, those are the kind of plays they can get off, is those quick RPO, quick outs, and that was a long out for him to throw.
Well, those corners have to play so far back with Marshall's big play ability. Over half his catches were touchdowns coming into this game. Handoff Logan, big tank up the middle, inside the 10 for a first down. The Pirates are knocking on the doorstep of a 21-point lead. The Valpo Vikings have won 27 straight regular season games. They've won the last 5 matchups in this rivalry. They've dominated it. 2,555 days since the Pirates beat the Vikings. Well, if the Vikings want to keep that streak alive, they've got a long road back with the Pirates knocking on the door. Quarter number 2 coming your way next. Big Hole, Valpo. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the web at burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 942-1117.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Knocking on the doorstep are the Merrillville Pirates. A potential 3-score advantage over Valpo. A rivalry matchup they've been dying to win. A handoff to Lavarion Logan. He pushes inside the 5, but will be stopped up there. If I'm Bill Marshall, I obviously don't lose hope if Merrillville scores here. But back in my mind, my 37-6 mind, if I'm Bill Marshall, I know 21-0 against Merrillville is a very, very tall task.
Very, very tough. And all you saw right there was a little power. Great play by Aiden McNeil on the D end.
Logan trying to stretch it out, a stiff arm. Trying again. He's blown up and brought down. A nice defensive play on the edge from Valpo.
Yeah, great play there by Nolan Johnson out there, being able to keep up with that speed. That's a tough thing to do, to kind of hit them stretch plays, and he's trying to hit the sidelines. That was a great play by Nolan coming up, making a big stop, keeping him out of the end zone.
3rd down and goal. Beginning of the second quarter, this is the Pirates' 3rd offensive drive. They had a 6-yard touchdown run from Lavarion Logan. They had a 93-yard touchdown run following a turnover by Valpo inside the Merrillville 10-yard line. The fumble happened right on this part of the field. The handoff goes to Logan, and he's down at the 1. Did not get in, and it is 4th and goal. And this might be the play of the game.
It might be. If you talk about some momentum swing and getting back in the game for Valpo, right now is the stop.
A massive play upcoming in a massive rivalry. Who would have thought we'd have the game potentially hanging in the balance with 10:20 left in the second. Handoff, Logan, easy touchdown. And the Pirates have a 3-score lead on the Vikings. And shock and awe from the fans here in Valpo.
Yeah, that was just big boys versus big boys, and who wanted it more, obviously, on that push. And Logan dives in, finished it off. That was a big stop for Valpo, to get some momentum back, but that's tough when you got them big boys from Merrillville up front, too, as well.
3 drives for for Merrillville, 3 touchdowns, 2 drives for the Vikings, a punt and a fumble inside the 5.
Merrillville's been sticking to that key to the game that I talked about earlier, to them 3rd and longs.
Yes.
Valpo has not seen many of those this year. And it's how does Bill Marshall get, them 3rd and longs? How does he convert those here for the rest of the game to keep themselves in the game?
Coach Brad Sees takes a timeout for the Merrillville Pirates. Will take one with him. 2-point conversion coming up on the other side of the break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Stojkovic and Associates utilize the latest in technology. Ethos Dental Group would like to join you in welcoming Dr. Emily Hansen to their team. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Pirates, 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and now an opportunity to go up 22-0 if they can convert this 2-point conversion, Doug.
Talk about efficiency, 3 for 3 on that, and we saw a little scare. Valpo's defense stopped them. Had a couple good defensive plays in the beginning on their first drive, but man, they just came back with some force afterwards.
Yeah, they haven't really been. They've had some few good plays here and there, but it's even 2 or 3 yards on those good plays. They haven't come close to pushing the Pirates backwards defensively. Nelson is in the shotgun. Justin Marshall's just to his right. Frazier and Mathis, the receivers, down at the bottom. Frazier was the intended target. He dropped the football. Penalty marker is down. We'll see what the flag is on the 2-point. And it's going to be on the Pirates. So easy decline here from Valpo, and they'll only be down 20-0. Let's go ahead and take a look at the touchdown that got the Pirates this 20-0 lead.
Yeah, as you see here, it's just a straight dive play here with Logan. It's big boys with big boys lead up right through there into the C gap. Dove across the goal line. Again, as I talked about it right before, it was how do the trenches play? How do these big boys and who wants it? And Merrillville just showed a little bit more guts on that one. Got a little bit of a push. Logan just finished it up.
Now, are you shocked here, Doug? I mean, what's your reaction with the 20-0 score, 10-14 to go, second quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked. I thought the speed from the Valpo D-line would have given some, troubles for Merrillville's front on the offensive line. We knew the defensive line with Kenny Grant for Merrillville was going to give Valpo some troubles, but I am shocked here. I thought Valpo was going to be maybe controlling the clock a little bit more, trying to keep that ball out of Merrillville's explosive offense, and we haven't seen that yet, right? We haven't. Merrillville's been doing a great job limiting their plays, that 3rd and long, and getting back on the field and scoring.
Alan, this is really unfamiliar territory for the Vikings. 27 consecutive regular season contests. They've been victorious. 5 straight against Merrillville they've won. The only losses they've had other than the first 3 games of Bill Marshall's career were in the tournament.
Yeah.
All 3 after the regional title game that they won. I mean, this has been a special Valpo program over the last 3 years. But right now it looks like the Pirates have brought it all together, and so much talent has existed in this program. Many thought Merrillville would have won the matchup last year between this team and Valpo. They didn't get to play.
Yeah.
So we see this rivalry with a gap year in it, and it's a really drastic change.
Yes.
Because you're looking at this 29-28 matchup from 2019 as your measuring stick, and the Pirates have come out, and they've almost matched that point total from that game, and we're not even to the 10-minute mark in the second quarter.
Yeah, it sure is. Again, this is going to be a great test for Valpo, though. The good news is that this is the regular season, and this is a great test for both teams, but Valpo especially on how do we adjust when we are down, especially when you start talking about postseason, right? Great test for him here to say, hey, how do we make changes? How do we stay in games? And I think that's what we're going to see here is how do they switch things up? How do they control the ball? What are they going to do on offense here? How do they stop this explosive offense? It's going to be exciting to see how they adjust. And I still think we're going to have a tight game coming down in the end.
We'd like to remind everyone that tonight's live stream video is powered by Island Nutrition Smoothies and More in Valparaiso, a great source of clean, all-natural, non-GMO nutrition. Their menu includes cold-pressed juices, smoothies, TB12 meal prep, as well as local products like Anna's Kombucha and Mitzner meats from, Wanata. A lot of good stuff. Listen, if you can't pronounce it, it's good food.
It's good.
Mention Region Sports this weekend and receive 33% off your 20-ounce smoothie from Island Nutrition Smoothies in Valparaiso. Representing Valparaiso, the Vikings. They are down by 20 with 10:14 to go. Bill Marshall having a conversation with the White Hat. And I'll get the situation sorted out.
Intrigued to see here if they're going to kick it over to Vineyard or not. He had that explosive kickoff return that very first time. And again, hey, a kickoff return for a touchdown gets you right back in the game, gets that momentum, and they've been having a lot of success.
Couple of, honestly, the best plays of the game for the Vikings have been on those returns. Vo and Vineyard, the 2 back to receive. Angel Nelson, the quarterback, with the kick. Hits a ground ball right up the middle. Going to be scooped up by Vineyard. Well, no, that's Tommy Vo. Vo with the football. He's at the 30, a little shimmy, little shake. Out to the 35 where he's pushed out of bounds.
Nice little squib kick there. They know what they were doing there. They didn't want to get that up. Hey, get up there. You got to be able to pick it up off the ground. That's going to slow them down. I mean, exactly what they wanted to do there. Limit that big play.
Yeah, don't let them catch and go.
Yeah.
Make them a shortstop. And people right now, they might be checking out our scoreboard update brought to you by Strachan Van Til. That's on Facebook.com/RegionSports and RegionSports.com. That's a scoreboard that's rolling constantly of all the scores around the region. You want to make sure you check that out as Lockhart will give to Vo on a reverse, and he's brought down at the 37-yard line. Oh, jet sweep, fake pitch. Call it what you will, but a 2-yard gain.
Exactly, and I think that's where Valpo is saying, hey, we got to run a little bit of misdirection and try to confuse that Merrillville Pirates defense. It's not going to be just smash-mouth dives against this team. How can we get them confused, run some misdirections, and gain some positive yards out of it?
Well, if somebody else is looking at that Strachan Van Til scoreboard on Facebook.com/RegionSports, they'd be awfully surprised by this score. Maybe you'll be surprised by a score, so make sure you check it out at our Facebook page. That's brought to you by Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Empty formation as Vineyard and the tight end both went in motion at the same time, and a penalty marker comes out late. And a timeout taken by Bill Marshall.
Some frustration you're seeing from this offense that you normally don't see.
And frustrations from the fans here at Valpo as well. We'll step aside for 30. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Serving 100% prime beef burgers, Burger House is the ideal place to satisfy a hearty appetite. The Burger House menu offers more than just burgers. How about a salad, or fish and chips, or maybe fish tacos? Whatever you decide on, the Burger House chefs will prepare it from scratch. And that's not all. You can wash it down with a local craft beer. Every burger sold from their 2 locations in Valparaiso and Schererville goes to help children in need through their partnership with Kids Alive International. Check them out on the web at visitburgerhouse.com.
schools, including Valparaiso High School.
Timeout taken by Bill Marshall to stop what would have been an illegal motion from his ball club there. Maybe, I don't know. The Vikings aren't used to this position. This is going to have to be something Bill Marshall coaches them out of.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we saw there. Is they're not used to this. They're probably running things that they're not used to running to try to get back in the game, and you're going to see some penalties.
You got a running offense. Quarterback, not even 70 attempts this year, running out of empty. Fake the handoff, Vo, flips one towards the sideline and out of bounds. Took a hit as he threw.
That was tight defense by the Merrillville Pirates, too, as well. They didn't bite on that jet sweep, on the play action, man-to-man coverage. Even down here on the deep post was locked up, and he made a good decision by throwing it away. Live to fight another down.
Third down, 8 to go. Line to gain is the 46, Valpo's own 46-yard line. 9:16 left in the second quarter. With the Merrillville offense, it just feels inevitable that they're going to score, and this puts so much more pressure on a third and long. Vikings 68% on third down this year. Lockhart on the run, he overthrew his man. Wide open was his intended target. Jack Kuka, the tight end, couldn't find him, and it's 4th and 8 and a punt now for Valpo.
And again, rolling out to his opposite arm of where he throws, due to Kenneth Grant being on that left side, is tough. And that's exactly what you see there. That is a tough throw for a quarterback to be able to really shift their hips and make a solid throw. He had him wide open, as you can see, and just a little over the top. But that's what Kenneth Grant does on the D-line.
I mean, there's only a few guys in the NFL who can make that throw consistently. Yeah. Saw one of them last night. As the punt is away. Bouncing inside the 30. And rolling all the way to the 15. Looked like the ball's a little slippery. Keeps rolling on the turf to the 14. A great punt and a little glimmer of hope for Valpo's defense. It's going to have to be a long drive for Merrillville.
It sure is, and we're going to see how Valpo is going to change here, right? We saw a little bit on offense. They were trying to shift some things up. How do they shift some things up here on defense? Maybe some more stunts from the D-line. Maybe some blitzes. Try to create some pressure here and not let Angel Nelson be able to throw the ball here.
Well, you've coached varsity football. Do you worry about with such explosive players like Logan that when you stunt, if you get caught, the hole gets bigger, right?
You can. You sure can. And I mean, sometimes you got to take a risk, though. How do you put some pressure on this offense? And that's where it's going to get creative here. But you're right. I mean, you can open up some holes when you start stunting. That's going to come up to that big linebacker play we talked about.
Little stunt up the middle. A pass here from Angel Nelson. Nearly a game-changing play from Nolan Johnson as he breaks up the pass. That was intended for Justin Marshall. If that's a pick, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it was. Nolan Johnson has had a game back there covering these wide receivers for the Pirates here, and he almost came up big. He read that perfect, and he was an inch away from picking that ball off.
How about the aggressiveness from the Pirates? 3-score lead, have Lavarion Logan coming out firing the football.
Yeah, that just shows their confidence in their offense they have.
Angel Nelson up to 70% completion. As he's brought down from behind, sack on the play, a huge sack from Aiden McNeil as he's slung down. And what a play.
Yeah, we're calling his name again. We talked about it earlier. His end play has been tremendous tonight.
He's a team leader in sacks. He comes up big again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's got some great speed, and he came from the opposite side and did not give up on that play.
Valpo a little late getting their subs off. Only 3 down linemen here, Doug. Empty formation. Now, this we haven't seen from the Pirates yet today, but it looks awfully dangerous. Lavarion Logan in the slot. The bottom part of your screen. Nelson, clean pocket. All day to throw. Finds Logan on a crosser. He fumbled. Ball is out. And it's scooped up by Frazier, it looked like. Still fight for the football.
Looks like Valpo ball.
Vikings
Valpo
got it.
Ball. We talked about them turnovers and how they're going to play. Goal line offense, here we come.
Boy, oh boy. Another fumble.
And again, here you see a drop back from Nelson. And again, the linebacker play, right? The speed of the linebackers for Valpo was able to stop that quick out route by Logan. And came up with a big tackle. He coughed the ball up and recovered in the goal line. It's a whole new ball game we got going here with some momentum shift.
And Tyrese Frazier, the man that tried to recover it on the second effort, he had it knocked out of his hands. Great effort from the Viking defense to get the ball. Life breathed into Viking Stadium. Handoff to Vineyard. Carries a few Pirates towards the 10, and it's second down. Line to gain is the 4-yard line. This is The second red zone possession of the game for Valpo. Remember, the first one they had ended in a fumble. Popped out of the arms.
Yeah, and you saw some juice there. You saw some liveliness from the Valpo offense again.
And you heard it from the crowd. Vikings starting to stop. Late man coverage. Lockhart running the option. Stretch right. Lockhart inside the 5 and a touchdown. And hope exudes from the Viking crowd.
As you can see here, this is a great read by Lockhart there, right? That end bit down on that dive. He yanked it, hit the edge, found the end zone. That's exactly what we need to see from the Valpo offense. It's kind of that razzle-dazzle stuff. Confused the Merrillville Pirates. That was a great drive right there.
No lay down, no fight from Bill Marshall in his Vikings. 27 straight regular season wins means they won't go down easy. The snap back hold is good. Kick is even better. Extra point is through. Vikings only down by 13 as Tony Johnson adds the extra point. 7:24 in the second, and a new game here at Viking Field. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
A fumble from Lavarion Logan, who has 3 touchdowns today for the Pirates. Inside his own 20-yard line, sets up a Logan Lockhart touchdown run. Let's see it again, Doug. Well, there's the fumble. Let's take a look at the fumble and then the touchdown.
There he goes.
Zach Miller was on it, and we should have been talking about the fumble that set it up.
Well, exactly, and that's what Valpo needed, was that big turnover, and then they capitalized instantly right on that.
We'll take a look at that touchdown after this kickoff, as Justin Marshall will go back and field the football at the 15. A little trickeration here. Marshall up the middle. He's across the 30. He's at the 40. Hard to bring down. Finally brought down by the kicker. Great job by Tony Johnson to stop Justin Marshall at the 44-yard line. Marshall was hidden as the up man came back and fielded that, but let's take a look at the touchdown.
Yeah, and here you see again is really that option dive. That DN really bites hard on that dive. And Lockhart pulls it, yanks it, edge is wide open with a big gap, and he's able to attack and get across the goal line.
And how much does that sequence change the complexion of this game?
It sure does. It's going to give a lot of juice here to this defense, too, as well for Valpo. Hey, one more big stop, score before half, get ball at half. We talked about it earlier.
Why do you defer?
That was. Exactly. This is a big series here right now for the Valpo D.
Handoff goes Logan. Fumbled on his last carry, his last reception, and he gets out to the 45 for only a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 now for the Pirates.
Yeah, Valpo's defense is coming alive, as you can see here. I mean, that was a great play by Pierre Crossan coming up and hitting, and now they're starting to deliver some more hits too as well. Nobody likes getting hit when you're running, so more and more of those might start seeing Logan slow down a little bit here.
Another thing that sequence does, it gets the crowd back into it. You could hear them starting to almost turn on Valpo. It was that bad for a second. Now hope is back. Handoff goes Logan. He gets to the 50 right on the Valpo logo right at midfield. It's 3rd down and about 4 for the Pirates.
And that's the same play we saw that 93-yard rush touchdown. That quarterback rolls out slightly in that draw and cuts back against the grain. This time Valpo's D was ready for it.
Empty formation, Angel Nelson. 3rd down and 4. Line to gain is the 47 of Valpo. Pirates trying to respond after losing a fumble and allowing a touchdown. Quick throw, Logan, easy 1st down, trying to get more. He's inside the 35, dragged down at the 30, Chains move, big third down conversion, Merrillville.
Yeah, and there was a mishap there on the defense. Angel Nelson read that perfectly. He got a quick snap and got it out to Logan. No one was over him. And all he did was just turn, pitch and catch. That's all that was. And nobody in front of him. He's taking it for some yardage.
Nelson seeing the field so well, but when you have almost a 70% completion percentage on the year, that's an indication you're seeing the field pretty well, especially at 5'9". The vision and the patience and the ability to sling it around, really impressive from Nelson. First down and 10 at the 30, and
looks like possibly a false start.
It's going to be a false start. Moving back.
This is where we need to see Valpo really turn in on these penalties. Merrillville's been having some tough time on offense with penalties. Valpo's got to turn these into some momentum and game changers here.
Trying to take advantage of a 1st and 15 now. Is 4-down territory most likely for the Pirates, unless they were to lose quite a few more yards. Nelson looking Marshall, and it's nearly intercepted, incomplete. Tipped at the line. Marshall was the intended target, was open on the play, but 2nd and 15 now for the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you start talking about that height, right? Unfortunately, that was a mismatch. That big defensive tackle got his paws on that, and that's sometimes where you can see that 5'9", height, where it can hurt you a little bit.
Some big dudes up front for Valpo, a couple over 6 foot tall. They got their arms outstretched to knock it down. Now they go 3-down linemen on a 2nd and 15. Nelson under pressure, found Logan on what looked like a screen. He's trying to follow his blockers upfield as he gets close to the 25-yard line, and it's 3rd down and manageable now for the Pirates, and in 4-down territory too, so a really nice play call.
It was, and again, I mean, that was key. They knew they were going to bring some pressure. The defensive front has been bringing some pressure these past couple of drives, and it's, hey, you want to keep being aggressive, we're going to throw it over the top on you. And that was a nice screen there to get it manageable here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 7. Line to gain is just short of the 20. Another false start. Oh, no. The Pirates played a perfect first quarter. They played a perfect first few minutes of the second, and it has been anything but perfect since. Penalties, a fumble, and getting the Vikings back in this game with a touchdown. And now a 3rd down and 12.
You saw Merrillville get away a little bit from what they were doing before, and you may see them get back to it, right? They had a little bit of lead, try some things in game-like situations. Oh, and there was another false start, I think, over on the right side. That is 2 in a row.
And that's only going to embolden the Viking crowd and the Viking defense.
Again, this is big for Valpo. They have to turn this into some game-changing moments and get this ball back and get off the field.
3rd down, 17 to go. Line to gain just short of the 20-yard line. And what was a 3rd and 7 is now a 3rd and 17. 2 false starts.
Penalties been hurting that Merrillville offense tonight,
especially in this second quarter. They scored with about 10 minutes left in this second quarter. It's been blank since. Nelson sitting in the pocket, rolling right. No flags on the play. Incomplete pass. No penalty marker on the pass interference either. Kind of evened out there.
It did. And I wonder now, what do they do? Are they going to punt it and try to pin it with 4 minutes left? And, hey, come try to drive down there? Or is it 4th down territory for him still?
That's a really tough call. Angel Nelson is your punter, though.
Yeah.
So this gives you a lot more options.
It does.
You can do a 4th down pooch punt. You can do so much.
You can also run a fake here, especially, too. This is a perfect field position to run a fake.
He could just throw from back here. He decides to punt it. Fair catch made inside the 15. And just
the
really.
The penalties have been hurting Merrillville tonight.
Absolutely, incredibly unnecessary. We won't say the number or the name, but those are plays you just cannot ever make in a rivalry game. I mean, if you want to win a state championship, the first one since 1976, that's got to stop right now for Merrillville.
It sure does. And you talked about it earlier. 4 minutes, 2 seconds left. They go down here and score. It's a one-possession game getting the ball at half. This is a whole different game than what we saw in the first quarter.
And a whole different environment in the stadium as well. It was getting really weird in here.
It was.
I heard some criticisms of Bill Marshall, which is a very rare thing.
It is.
Here in Valpo. But now the Vikings on the march back. Football, just over 4 minutes left. The handoff to Vineyard, tried to work the line, and Hayden Vineyard's been shut down in this opening half.
Yeah, running towards Kenneth Grant again is tough, and you may see the Merrillville Pirates here start to tick up a little things too as well, run a little bit something different than we saw last series, just shut down this run.
I like this, though, from Valpo. You want this to be the last possession of the half,
Yeah,
no matter
absolutely.
what.
No matter what, you want this to be.
First down and 10. Line to gain is the 38-yard line. 3.5 left in the first half. Tommy Vo in motion. Lockhart, quick dump pass. It's high, intended for his tight end, but it's caught by Dylan Rodriguez. Did everything he could to stay in bounds, but wasn't able to. 3:19, clock is stopped, short of the marker.
Third and short here for Valpo. I mean, this is very manageable for him to keep these chains moving, right? Especially with the clock now stopped. Something that maybe they weren't looking for.
Well, I mean, you saw Rodriguez really fighting to get back in bounds, but Merrillville was fighting to get him out of bounds. And the Pirates ended up winning that exchange and got the clock stoppage. 3rd down and 4. Lockhart, fake pitch, under pressure, got rid of it, intercepted. Tyrese Frazier has the football. And a crackback block will bring back any return. 3 flags coming down on that one. It won't change the interception if we saw the penalty correct. We'll wait on the official signal, but it looks like Tyrese Frazier has just made a massive play for the Pirates. And on the run, under pressure.
Under pressure.
And just...
You saw the defensive line from Merrillville Pirates get back versus that last drive there and putting pressure on him as they're rolling out. And then, I mean, just Tyrese Frazier making a great read, right, and getting underneath that pass.
Just sink.
Sink, exactly. Now you're putting yourself to flip that momentum once again, and plenty of time to score here, especially for this explosive Merrillville Pirate offense.
Up and down, back and forth, side to side, first half. It's like your favorite roller coaster here on the Region Sports Network, and make sure you stay with us for the Hose Connections halftime report, which will connect the first and second half of tonight's game, brought to you by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. And we'd also like to remind everyone that tonight's live stream video is powered by Island Nutrition Smoothies in Valparaiso. Island Nutrition Smoothies. Mention Region Sports this weekend and receive 33% off your 20-ounce smoothie. Please give us a mention, 33% off. A great deal. 27 lead, a 13-point advantage. First pass of the drive is to Justin Marshall. He gets to the 50 for 5.
And that was a great finish by Justin Marshall. He was dead in his tracks, but put his foot in the ground and cut back up in the middle and used that speed against them backers and picked up 5 yards.
Marshall, the junior, a very special player, and with playing on this type of team, what's so nice is when you have D1 recruits on the field is there are D1 audiences for all the players on the field. If Jim Harbaugh's watching Kenneth Grant tape, he's also watching Justin Marshall tape.
Yes.
And so on and so forth. 2nd down and 6. Handoff to Logan, hit hard in the backfield and brought down. Massive play from Valpo, 5-yard loss. And coming out from the pile is Mason McMullen.
What a play by Mason McMullen there. Here you see on the replay, he just read perfectly that gap and knew it was a dive play. Hey, he almost got broken tackle, but he hung on to whatever he could. Stopped him for some, 5-yard loss there. That's a great read by Mason McMullen there.
The senior McMullen, the tackle for loss leader on this Valpo team, makes a massive one as they're trying to hold off a 3-score lead for the Merrillville Pirates. They were staring at a 3-score disadvantage when they were down 20-0. A fumble from Lavarion Logan inside of Merrillville's own 20 set up a touchdown from Logan Lockhart as a timeout taken on the field. Minute 46 left, quarter 2. We'll go ahead and keep it here. That fumble and that touchdown changed the vibe in the stadium, and it went from a type of hopeless scenario to a Valpo's in this game, but then another mistake from Valpo. Let's
He read that perfectly, and again, it all because of Kenneth Gresham there on that pressure.
And a great defensive play from the Pirates. Both these teams allowing less than 16 points per game and scoring more than 45 a game. Something was going to give tonight.
Something had to give.
I don't know what, but it's been pretty amazing plays from both units on both teams tonight.
It sure has.
turnovers and capitalization of the turnovers evened out now.
Yeah.
So you feel like the Pirates have been, quote-unquote, the better team in the first half.
Yeah, Valpo hasn't been able to turn in those penalties, too, as well, against the Merrillville Pirates offense we've been seeing.
Angel Nelson out of the timeout. Slings one to Frazier, a nice catch at the 40. And a first down stops the clock with 1:40 to go.
Yeah, 1:40 is plenty of time with one timeout here. At the 35-yard line, one timeout. You got plenty of time. You know Merrillville Pirates exactly thinking, get this ball in the end zone.
And if they can score, remember, Valpo gets the football to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred. Pirates scored on their opening 3 possessions of the game. They haven't scored since. Nelson looks right, fires right. Marshall along the sideline. First down again. Got out of bounds to stop the clock at 1:18.
And those are just quick outs. That's very hard for a linebacker to cover that. To cover that speed of Marshall, that is very hard for a linebacker. And they've been going to it all night.
Well, you almost have to guess out.
Yeah.
And if you do that, it's a touchdown because he's going to run by you.
It is, and that's where you can start running those wide receiver choice routes, right? Hey, if he bites outside, cut in. Stays in, cut out.
First down and 10. Handoff Logan. Bulldozing through Vikings to the marker. Clock is rolling 1:10. He's right there on the marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. So it's 2nd down and 1. Clock is rolling, 60 seconds now. Nelson, quick snap as they're working fast. Handoff Logan. Juke right, near the numbers. First down, stops the clock. 53 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. They didn't want to burn that timeout on that play, right? They knew they were probably going to get that, pick up that first down, stop the clock, reset. Now you're within the 15-yard line or on the 10-yard line or so, and you got your one timeout still left.
And plenty of time, even if you want to run something over the middle.
Yes.
Nelson is a miscommunication and a fumble as a penalty marker down. Nelson went left, Logan went right. They ran into each other, the ball popped out. And it's going to be holding against the Pirates.
That's been the kryptonite tonight for the Merrillville Pirates, is offensive penalties.
Offensive miscommunications,
Yes.
which is something you don't expect from a 6-0 team in Week 7.
Well, especially you don't expect it after the start they had. You saw nothing
So
that was
clean.
flawless, their offense, and now they've been struggling.
Credit the Vikings defense, though. They've made adjustments.
Absolutely.
They haven't allowed the same plays to work. Merrillville's had to expand the playbook.
And what we've seen from Valpo's defense, too, is what we've seen all year, that bend, don't break. There's been some drives against the Valpo defense, in the previous weeks, but they've never given up the touchdowns like this. And that's what we're seeing right now and what they need to complete to get out of the half.
Getting out of the half would be massive for Valpo. It was 20-0, stands at 20-7. Screen play blown up. Logan down at the 30. Huge play from Mason McMullen. The senior out of the linebacking position steps up again.
And we're saying his name again. What a read. As you can tell, he saw the screen that was coming, right? He waited for it, and as he turned, what a hit. He put his shoulder right in his gut and said, you're not going anywhere, and keep this clock rolling, right? And then forced them to take that timeout. That was an amazing read, again, by Mason McMullen, the senior.
Seniors everywhere on this defense for Valpo. A timeout taken by the Pirates as they're facing a 2nd down and 26 after a holding and then a tackle for loss. We want to go ahead and thank Toyota of Merrillville for sponsoring high school football right here on the Region Sports Network. And when you're looking for your next new or pre-owned vehicle, visit Toyota of Merrillville. Toyota of Merrillville, we make it easy. One of the best rivalries in the region. Arguably one of the best rivalries, especially with the standing of these two teams. You could even go the state. You could even expand into Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, this might Ohio a little different, but you could go up to Minnesota, probably the biggest rivalry. I mean, this is
big.
At least like 6 surrounding states, right? I mean, This is a big game between Valpo and Merrillville, especially because the rivalry missed last year. The hype built up between these two teams.
It did. And I mean, just these penalties, again, we keep talking. They were on the 13-yard line and now on the 29.
2nd and 26. Have to get inside the 5 for a first down. Big pressure. Nelson stepped up pocket. Fired a dangerous pass to Silas Mathis that's broken up. Great play by Tyler Bashaw.
Yeah, sophomore, right? That's strange to say over on the Valpo defense, but the sophomore stepping up big there and making sure he's playing some Loctite. He's been playing Loctite defense all night, though, against these speed and these receivers they've had.
Peter Crossan is the only other non-senior starter on the Valpo defense, and he's playing the safety position wearing number 6. 3rd down, 26. 28.5, no timeouts for the Pirates. Nelson whips one over the middle. It's caught. Marshall made a man miss and scored. Justin Marshall, a back-breaking touchdown in the final seconds of the half, and the Pirates will take a 3-score lead, most likely into the locker room.
Yeah, that is tough there, but Merrillville Pirates, as you see here, they saw there was no over-the-top safety help. That is tough for a safety to cover a fast receiver on a post right in the middle with no safety over-the-top help. And you saw there just an easy pitch and catch. One man missed, in for 30 yards.
Now a 33-yard touchdown on 3rd down and 26 is brutal, is a brutal pill to swallow for Valpo. And that's about been the proper description of the first half for Valpo. A tough pill to swallow, especially these fans have seen 27 consecutive regular season wins. 2-point conversion time for Merrillville, trying to get to 28. Nelson roll out, easy dump, Peyton Young. He's upended, but it's good, and 28-7 the score. We'll step aside for 30. Valpo will have a few seconds at the end of the half when we come back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
So the best part of our transaction was?
I would say closing day. It's very exciting, and it went super easy and fast. And yeah, actually the whole sale went smoothly.
Yes.
And Dave, our real estate agent, was wonderful and helpful in every way, and just walked us through it. And yeah, it was a lot smoother than I thought it would be.
28-7 the score. Shock, I think. I don't think anybody in the region would have guessed this score at half.
No, and we take a look at the replay here again. We talked about that was Justin Marshall coming across the center of the field just on a deep post route, and there was no over-the-top safety help. And that is tough. That's some tough man coverage. And again, when you have some speed like that and he can make men miss out here, that is very, very challenging for a safety.
I mean, and what a talented juke. Just one step and gone.
And not slow down.
That ball is scooped up by Vo. He gets out close to the 30-yard line. 19.1, the official game clock here at Viking Field. And if you just take a gander across the sideline for Valpo, it's a lot of hands on hips, not out of tiredness, but out of frustration, out of looking down, out of disappointment.
I agree. I mean, they were on that brink of turning this game back around. And then, obviously, we saw that interception that kind of took the steam out of it. But they were there. And, again, I mean, we have a second half still to play, but a long road for the Valpo Vikings.
Looked like they had made inroads into the deficit, but now they'll just hand it off and let the half roll out, and it's still a 3-score game. Opportunities were there for the Vikings to get back in it. Instead, they're going to have quite a comeback, a legendary comeback, one would say, in half number 2. We'll have the Host Connections halftime report, connect the first half with the second half. When we return, the Vikings down big at their home field. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Since 1959, Aurelio's has carried on their family tradition. Using quality products and the original family recipe, Aurelio's is still the pizza of choice for over 60 years. Call 462-9700 or visit AureliosPizza.com to order your piece of family tradition. Aurelio's Pizza, 265 Northland Drive in Valparaiso. Carry out or delivery, the tradition tastes the same. Download the Aurelio's app and earn rewards with every order. From our family to yours, Aurelio's Pizza. Oh, and when you call, tell them Joe sent you. Call Central Agency Insurance for all your insurance needs. They offer the best coverage for the lowest prices. When you insure with Central Agency Insurance, you'll have the peace of mind knowing their professionals have reviewed your coverage and have you with the best company to fit your needs. With a 24-hour claim service, help is just a phone call away. Call 464-4467 or 464-4INS.
With over 25 years of real estate experience, the Knobloch Realty Group serves Northwest Indiana. Whether it's a first home or a forever home, the Knobloch Realty Group and Realty Executives will find the right fit for you. Buying or selling, when it comes to real estate, it's critical to have experience on your team. Give Knobloch Realty Group a call at 219-707-6513 or stop in at 310 Lincoln Way in Valparaiso. And you can always visit them on the web at knoblochrealtygroup.com.
Appliances not working? Let the pros at Ileana Appliance Repair handle it. Covering Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, they service all home appliances as well as a large number of commercial appliances 7 days a week. Their 1 or 5 year service plans keep your appliances in the game. Be sure to check them out on Facebook for exclusive game night discounts and giveaways. That's Ileana Appliance Repair. Locally made, community focused.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Big welcome into the Hose Connections halftime report, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Doug Ashimon on my right, I'm Lucas Moore. Zach Miller on the producer set. Brandon Root pointing the camera for us tonight. An excellent crew for an excellent game, but a shocking game, Doug. 28-7 the halftime score. Valpo got back into it for a second. Then an interception from Tyrese Frazier of Merrillville set up the Pirates for then a 3rd and 26, 33-yard touchdown to Justin Marshall. It felt like Valpo was close to making this a one-score game heading into half, but now they're down 3 scores in this Merrillville offense. I'm not sure how you stop it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and you thought Valpo was getting back in this game, right? And it just went and showed that, hey, even though we had some hiccups on the Merrillville Pirates side, is we are that good of a team, though. We're not going to shy away from what we want to do. We're going to continue to keep using those athletes that we have. And that's exactly what we saw, right? They stretched them out. They hit them in the middle. They threw over the top. And that's a lot to handle, especially when you got some quick boys on the other side.
Let's talk about who I think the MVP is of the half. We didn't really call his name much because of how hard the Valpo Vikings were trying to go away from him. Kenneth Grant, 6'4", 345 pounds, senior, headed to the Big Ten, and he's showing why. Big plays on defense, big plays on offense, moving guys around, but they've just had to go away from him. They've had to roll Logan Lockhart to his left as a righty because Kenneth Grant's on the other side and you can't roll right.
Exactly, and that's his presence on the field. He is a person that you scheme for all week, obviously, and he's been wreaking havoc on that offense for Valpo. Even just that ground and pound that we normally would see from Valpo, they're not getting off because of him. And then I don't see it going away in the second half. They're going to have to keep staying away from him, and it's going to keep disrupting exactly what Valpo wants to do.
And then on the other side, Lavarion Logan, on the same side on offense, Kenneth Graham blocking for Lavarion Logan, 3 touchdowns in the opening half, but also a fumble that almost got Valpo back in this football game. That's kind of been this game. Great players making great plays, and then other great players forcing those great players to make mistakes. And so uncharacteristic from both these teams, the amount of mistakes we've seen tonight, but that's because of who they're facing on the other side.
Exactly. Like you said earlier, something had to give between one of these two teams, right? Something had to give, and that Valpo defense is struggling right now. They normally give up, 15 points a game? Right now we're already sitting at 28.
And that's that big touchdown from Logan you're seeing. And it's just been plays like that. Plays where it's just a little miscommunication. There's so much talent on the other side. They bust open and take advantage of it. For Valpo offensively, it's tough to see where they go here because they're a run-based offense. They only had 62 pass attempts coming into this game. They were forced out of that immediately. They haven't had any success on the option. They haven't really had any success with Hayden Vineyard up the middle. They really haven't had much offensive success at all other than the opening drive when they fumbled inside the 5-yard line. So this game for Valpo has got to be about the offense taking control of the game, giving their defense rest. How do they get that, Doug?
One step at a time, right? That's exactly what Bill Marshall's talking about right now is, hey, yes, we have a long road, but we're not out of this game. One step at a time, one drive at a time, and really focus on moving that ball. They got to get in the end zone, and they got to limit the turnovers. 2 big turnovers already that has really swung this game back to the Merrillville Pirates just when you thought Valpo was getting right back into it. And then Merrillville on the other side is they got to limit those penalties. We might have seen even more points out of Merrillville if we didn't have all those penalties there, and that's what they're harping in the locker room right now. They're probably a little upset about that and trying to clean that up.
Is there a chance the Pirates get too high after that first half? Are they because they're up 20-0, and then we saw miscommunications. We saw guys running right when they should run left near fumbles. We did see a fumble. We saw numerous procedure penalties. We saw an unnecessary roughness after a fair catch. It got really sloppy from Merrillville because they were up 20. Now you got the halftime break. Are they going to be able to come back down and refocus like they did at the start of this game?
I think that's exactly what Coach is talking about in the locker room right now. Hey, this has reset. This is 0-0 right now for both teams that are coming out, and they got to come back out like you said at the beginning of the game and how they started the game, and that's probably what they're harping on right now. Get back to the basics, clean up those mistakes that we've seen, and they're going to get back to exactly what they're going to do. You're probably going to see a much sharper offense, try to get this game, pull it forward, try to get, even the second string may come in. That's what their goal is for Merrillville. They want to send a message. They want to send a message to the whole entire state tonight. They're going to clean it up. They're going to have some powerful offense, but we're also going to see Valpo come out, I think, make the right adjustments and see what they do against this offense and try to limit them.
Well, with this type of halftime score, I guarantee you somebody's sending a message tonight. If the Vikings are able to come back and grab a win for their 28th straight regular season victory after facing this type of hole and this type of talent, that's a statement that will ring through the state of Indiana. And if Merrillville keeps on like this, I'm not sure there's a team in the state that would very much like to see the Merrillville Pirates in the 2021 season. Much more to talk about on the Host Connections Halftime Report. Doug and I will be back on the other side of the break. 28-7 the score, halftime. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com. Tech Credit Union is the better option for personal and business banking. Buy a car, remodel your home, pay for an education, expand your business. Tech Credit Union can help you do these things and more. You'll enjoy the latest banking services, but without the cost of the big bank relationship. With branches throughout the region, fee-free ATMs nationwide, and online services, they're convenient too. Learn more at techcu.org. Contact any branch or call 800-276-TECH. Tech Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all Orthopedic Specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class care to Northwest Indiana for over 20 years.
At Toyota of Merrillville, we take pride in being a one-stop shop for anything Toyota related. The best part of the Toyota Merrillville experience is that we make it easy to do business with us. We have a committed team of professionals that's here to help you do just that. When you come in for service, we will welcome you and have plenty of staff on hand to handle your needs. And if you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Toyota Merrillville sales team is the best in the business to help you with your buying decision. We practice what we preach. When we say we make it easy, that's exactly what we do.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
Big welcome back to the Hose Connections Halftime Report, brought to you by Hose Connections off of Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Make sure you stay with us after the game for the Crown Company's Lantern Band Superhero of the Game, the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game, and the IKORCC Play of the Game. And we'd like to remind everyone that tonight's live stream video is powered by Island Nutrition Smoothies and more in Valparaiso, a great source of clean, all-natural, non-GMO nutrition. They got TB12 meal prep there. They've got kombucha. They've got Mitzner meats from Wanata. I think I'm getting those right. Mention Region Sports this weekend and receive 33% off your 20-ounce smoothie. And hey, if you mention us, 33% off something delicious. I think that's a pretty cool deal we're giving you here at the Hose Connections Halftime Report. Absolutely shocking score by the Merrillville Pirates, 28 points in the opening half. That is now tied for the most points against Bill Marshall at Viking Field. The only other two that have done it, Michigan City this year dropped 28 here at Viking Field, and Merrillville in 2019 in the Valpo 29-28 win. So one score from the Pirates. It's the most Bill Marshall's ever surrendered at this field. He's also never lost a regular season game at this field. The only two losses by Bill Marshall at Viking Field in the tournament. His first game at sectional when he was an assistant coach the Friday before, and a semi-state against Carmel that they lost by 4 points.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. And it's
That's
even
all I
more
can say.
impressive that the Pirates have that type of lead against this type of program.
In the first half.
In the first half.
That's very impressive. I mean, 28 points ever for Bill Marshall. And right now it's in the first half. That just shows how electric, again, the Merrillville Pirates offense truly is. And it's not just one option. It's 5 or 6 options that they have. And they've been hitting them all night. It hasn't just been one person all night. He's really done a great job spreading it out and using everybody on that offense.
Big lead for the Pirates at Viking Field. Let's take a look around the region. It's time for this scoreboard update brought to you by Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store with over 89 years of heritage. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at StrachanVanTil.com. All right, some scores from around the region, Doug.
Got an exciting one out in Chesterton. Chesterton 7, Lake Central 0 in the third quarter. Another big Duneland, matchup here. And Chesterton just ahead. Lake Central 7-0. Hobart's taking care of business out in the third. Hobart 28, Kankakee Valley 17. Another strong showing by Hobart again this week.
And that freshman gunslinger continuing to play well.
He has been looking great this year. Calumet up big. 41 over South Bend Clay.
Now imagine if they still had Justin Marshall.
Could you imagine? Calumet's been playing some great ball, too, as well. And can only imagine what it would look like with him on the team. Michigan City, 26. Portage, 7 at half. Michigan City taking care of business out here. A little bit of a shocker here. Crown Point, 26. LaPorte, 0.
Wow.
Crown Point last week obviously took a tough loss last week versus Valpo, and little vengeance coming back this week. LaPorte's playing some really good ball, too, as well. So big shout out to Crown Point over there. Westside up 46-0, big over East Chicago Central in the third. Lowell and Highland are duking it out right now in the second. Lowell 21, Highland 14. One-score game, and I couldn't tell you the last time I remember Highland this in the ball game versus the Lowell Red Devils.
I love seeing programs turn around and Lowell. We'll see.
Lowell has had their downs this year.
And remember, Lowell is in that NCC conference, only been around since 2007.
Yeah.
Lowell is actually tied for the second most championships in that conference, despite Andrean and Hobart taking up a lot of the titles, 6 and 5 for them. And then Lowell right there with 4. Last one in 2017. Really competitive program. And to see Highland battling back against them, impressive by Highland, a little shocking from Lowell.
Yeah, Highland's got some speed, though. If you've seen them play this year, their quarterback, fast, very, very fast, and he's got a nice arm. And then also their running backs are very quick. So you don't see a lot of speed sometimes from out of Highland, but this year they got it. And then my boys over in Griffith, up big, 36 over Boone Grove, 7 in the third. Griffith bouncing back again, another strong week here from, I know they had a tough loss versus Calumet just this past previous week, which is, I think, is the first time they lost to Calumet since 80s. But they're bouncing back and taking care of business. 36-7 Boone Grove, and 7 in the third, and that's your scores around the region.
Yep, that's your scoreboard update brought to you by Strachan Van Til. Make sure if you want to take a look at what we were looking at to give you those scores so you can keep yourself updated as we focus on the game in front of us. That's at facebook.com/Region Sports and regionsports.com. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at StrachanVanTil.com. All right, we've connected the first and the second half. A big second half for both of these programs upcoming. A message could be sent around the state by one of these teams. Right now, the Pirates the ones sending the message. But the Vikings, it's not easy to beat them at this field, and it won't be easy to put them away in half number 2. We'll have the exciting second half when we return. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle.
Hi, I'm Amanda, the driver recruiter at Area Transportation, where we pay more because we value our drivers.
Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the web at burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 942-1117.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Stojkovic and Associates utilize the latest in technology. Ethos Dental Group would like to join you in welcoming Dr. Emily Hansen to their team. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Serving 100% prime beef burgers, Burger House is the ideal place to satisfy a hearty appetite. The Burger House menu offers more than just burgers. How about a salad, or fish and chips, or maybe fish tacos? Whatever you decide on, the Burger House chefs will prepare it from scratch. And that's not all. You can wash it down with a local craft beer. Every burger sold from their 2 locations in Valparaiso and Schererville goes to help children in need through their partnership with Kids Alive International. Check them out on the web at visitburgerhouse.com.
Viking Field has been an impenetrable fortress for Bill Marshall. He has not lost a regular season game here. The only 2 games he's lost out of the 21 he's coached at Viking Field. One was his first game as a head coach when he was an assistant coach the week before. So a tough playoff loss to Penn. Then they lose in the playoffs again at home, this time to Carmel. Very good program. So it's been a fortress. Now, the most points scored at Viking Field against the Vikings is 28 by Merrillville 2 years ago and by Michigan City this year. But Michigan City got to that in a full game. This Pirates team that took a whole game to get to 28 in 2019, they got 28 and a half. And that is the message they sent in the first half. This, Bill Marshall's not unbeatable. Viking Field's not impenetrable. Valpo can lose in the regular season. They've won 27 straight, and Merrillville's done more than that. I mean, an absolute thunder statement in half one. Now it's about finishing for the Pirates.
It is. It's all about finishing for the Pirates, and for Valpo, how do you bounce back, right? What adjustments did you make? How do you claw yourself back into this game? And I can bet you that Bill Marshall's not really worried about that 28 points as much as more is getting back in this game and focusing again step by step, drive by drive.
I think Bill Marshall would be, both these teams have eyes on the state championship. So if they can make some sort of comeback, as Nolan Johnson, the up man, the one that'll field the football and dash up the 35 to the 37, let's say they lose this, they win this half, Valpo 28-3, and 21-3, lose the game super close, 31-28. I think both these teams walk out of this stadium feeling really good. Like they can win a state championship.
Absolutely. You feel good on that kind of a comeback as well in the second half and playing.
If you're Bill Marshall, you're judging the second half scoreboard.
100%. That's Valpo. That's what you would say Valpo football is. And again, that's going to send a message too. Coming back on Merrillville in the second half, I mean, that's exactly what they want, and that's exactly what they're going to be looking for here in the second half.
Whether a win or a win in the second half, it's going to start with Vineyard. He's blown up on the first carry of the half. And that one, McGee off the edge. And a nice play by him to make it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was a great edge play here by Jordan McGee. And again, just that speed. He was able to get right around the tackle, read the dive play, make a, no gain actually on that. But again, that shows that speed of that front of the Merrillville Pirates.
And this first drive is so crucial. Well, the opening salvos of this third quarter are going to define this game, certainly. And Valpo facing a 2nd and 10 already. Quick toss out. Tommy Vo made a man miss, got a block, and then brought down just across the 40. Only a 5-yard gain on 2nd down. And it brings up a 3rd down for Valpo, a big 3rd down already, quarter 3.
It sure is, and again, that's where you're seeing Valpo worried about the Merrillville Pirate defensive front and the pressure. Get rid of the ball quick, and the speed from the Merrillville Pirates to make that tackle, and only gain 5 yards out of that, where typically you're going to see that go for a 1st down. But that speed of Merrillville Pirate defense is just phenomenal.
Tommy Vo, the man in motion. 3rd down and 4 here. Draw up the middle, Logan Lockhart. He has the 1st down across the 50. He's going to try to get his legs involved. We didn't really see much of that in half number 1. He did have the rushing touchdown. That's the first time we've seen him dash up the middle, though, and he moves the chains.
Yeah, and you see Kenneth Grant here actually got a little confused and tackled Vineyard in the backyard as he pulled and hit the gut. So it was just a nice read by Logan Lockhart there. Read the big man. That may be some success here that we see in the second half.
Lockhart and the Vikings inside Merrillville territory. They fumbled inside the red zone in the first half. They scored on their other trip. Let's see if they can even get to the red zone here. Slipping on the turf and down. Vineyard on the play, and it's 2nd down and 10. Vineyard just hasn't, and he's getting swallowed up so quick. You're wondering did they bring Vo? He's just not looked like Hayden Vineyard tonight, and that's all credit to the Merrillville front.
Merrillville front. That's exactly what it is. It's hard to open some gaps up, especially when you're an inside run team against them big boys, and that's all props to the Merrillville front. And front 7, even the linebacker play on their read keys.
2nd and 10. Handoff, Vineyard found some room, brought down hard across the 40, close to the marker at the 35-yard line.
That's a tough run there. He got upended, actually did a complete somersault on that hit. So Merrillville's bringing it still and still sending that message of, if you want to run on us, we're going to make it tough.
And that's one of the best 2 runs we've seen from Vineyard tonight. Gain of 8.
And how many times would you say that? 9 yards being the best run for Vineyard on the night. You don't hear that much.
Not at all. Remember, 1,200 yards nearly, 16 touchdowns, and only 137 attempts coming into tonight. 3rd down and 1. Handoff, Vineyard shows the speed and gets a 1st down. Hayden Vineyard maybe finding some space a little bit on this drive.
Yeah, seeing a little zone there, right? Let Vineyard pick a gap, choose a gap. Where can he go? And that's when you do typically see Vineyard at his best, is when he can pick and choose where he wants to run and let the offensive line just get in front of those big boys.
Now, those zone stretch plays, we'll explain that after the next play for a layman here in the audience. Because they've become super popularized all levels of football.
Sure
zone stretch running. Lockhart flips one over the middle. It's caught, brought down inside the 20-yard line. Big time catch by Adler Hazlitt. First time we've called his name tonight. The senior with a big catch.
And that's set up by the run plays here by Valpo. Now you're starting to see that little mix, right? Run it. Stay true to your run game over the top in the middle. Them linebackers bite up on that play action run. Center of the field's wide open when them backers step up.
Ball on the 18-yard line. 3rd trip to the red zone for Valpo. 1 giveaway, 1 score. Lockhart. Quick pass out to Vo, and he's brought down hard. Big time play from Philip Roach, that nickel linebacker. They float back and forth. Huge hit.
I'm not a fan of those plays right now. They haven't had much success because you're relying on a catch, turn, and run against the Merrillville Pirates defenseman that's fast. That's a very tough play for a kid to do, and they haven't had much success on it.
And the fact that Rocha Jr. here, the fact he's not in the secondary with that type of speed, the fact he's a linebacker on this team, it's been an incredible display of talent from both squads. Lockhart, quick pass out, Vineyard too far in front, off his hands, incomplete. Lockhart will say bad throw, Vineyard will say I got to catch it. Either way, it's 3rd and 13.
Yeah, this is a get to at least 4th down manageable play. This 3rd and long has been haunting Valpo Vikings because this is a situation they haven't been in much this year. They got to either move the chains or make this 4th down manageable here. because it's fourth down territory for them. They're gonna need to go for it on fourth down.
Down by 21 inside the red zone. Rodriguez was the man in motion. Lockhart, big pressure, screen. Grant nearly got his paw on it, and he really interrupted that play. Kenneth Grant knew right away it was a screen, got his big 6'4" frame high in the air, and slowed that play down.
Yeah, that's a big frame. Get them hands up. He's over 7 foot tall. When a 6'2" quarterback's trying to throw over that, that is a tough pass.
Well, and just how about the recognition? I mean, because he knows he's supposed to be blocked on every play.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's just like, wait a minute, he's gone. Let me just stop a second. And great recognition, great discipline. From
Yeah,
the
and great play by
defense.
Jordan McGee, too, as well, staying home and true on that.
Fourth down, 13. Big fourth down. Lockhart under pressure. Grant in pursuit. Caleb Carter in pursuit. Lockhart ripped out of bounds. Huge hit from Roach. And it looked like he was short of the marker.
It's going to be close.
Depends on the space. He's
short.
short. 3 yards short. It was, the ball reached across, but it looked like after he stepped out of bounds, and it's a turnover on downs, and now the Valpo defense, it just, you felt like you needed a Viking touchdown there for a realistic path back, unless this Pirates offense continues their miscommunications they had late in that first half.
Sure, and Phillip Roach made a great play there. I mean, being able to shed a block in open field and stop a first down, that's incredible. What we saw Valpo, though, go away from again was those dives to set up the quick passes, the over-the-top, making the linebackers bite on runs. We saw them get away from it. And I think that's where they're going to see their success and continue to keep doing that. And run play actions, make the linebackers bite on the run.
Direct snap went to Justin Marshall. He busts through a few tacklers for a first down up the middle of the field near the 25. Chains move again. October 3rd, 2014. That's the last time the Pirates were able to defeat the Vikings, a whole 2,555 days ago. They have a 28-7 lead now. About halfway through quarter number 3. And with the way this rivalry is hyped heading into this game, you wouldn't expect that type of streak from Valpo in this rivalry.
No, not especially with the Merrillville Pirates teams that you've seen over the years, too, as well. Even dating back to Dexter Larimore, right? Back when he played D-tackle playing at Ohio State. And those teams that were up against them, right? Some of those teams that you see in some of those names, you wouldn't expect that. But that, again, shows that tradition at Valpo and how strong it really is here in that winning program they have built.
First down and 10 for the Pirates after the Marshall first down. Handoff, Logan, penalty marker thrown by the line judge here on the near side. We'll wait for the flag. And that win by Merrillville in 2014 was at Merrillville. So I'm looking here. Yeah, the last time that Merrillville Pirates won here at Viking Field back in 2013. So you got to go even further
back.
And it's been an interesting streak in what is a hyper-competitive rivalry. Would that have changed last year? We don't know. We didn't get to see these two teams compete in 2020. But if you're Valpo, you got to find a way to fight back.
You do. And you're going to see that from Valpo. They're a team that's never going to just lay down. They're going to fight.
Marshall again on a wildcat. Busting out of a few tackles in the backfield on a first down and 15 following the penalty. He gets about 3 yards to bring up 2nd and 12.
This is where you start seeing of some game-like situations that you can't get in practice, that you throw some of these formations in. You do have a comfortable lead, right? You're running the ball and controlling the clock. Get some game-like situations here and test that out, because these are the formations that you're going to use in the postseason to continue to keep going on. And that's exactly what we're seeing with the Pirates offense right now.
Very quiet here at Viking Field. Very quiet. Nelson back at quarterback after 2 direct snaps to Marshall. He hands off to Lavarion Logan. He gets across the 25. And it's 3rd down and long.
Mason McMullen again. I mean, he's had a great night tonight with him reading and playing that backer position. A couple big hits, too, as well, we've seen from him. He's really been keeping the Valpo defense alive here against the Merrillville Pirates and stopping some of those big gains.
3rd down and 8 now for Merrillville. I mean, they don't need this, up 28-7. But Valpo might need this, down 28-7.
Yeah, big stop here, especially when you talk about punting. They're going to get some good field position, too, as well off of this. This is a big stop.
Angel Nelson. Logan next to him. Fires a pass that's tipped and caught. Frazier on a tip pass gets the first down by a yard. And that's the type of luck the Vikings have had tonight.
Yeah, you see here on the replay, great protection by the Merrillville offensive line. Gives him time to set back, create some distance off that corner that was playing against him, made a big catch and moved the chains.
And that ball barely brushed. almost got knocked down at the line of scrimmage. And luckily it wasn't picked off if you're the Pirates. But Tyrese Frazier comes down with a huge catch and a first down. Chains move again. Clock continues to roll. Pirates are milking every second of it. They have plenty of respect for the Vikings. Handoff Logan up the middle. He just ran straight. Gets 8 yards on the play, and it's 2nd and 2.
Straight dive play again, right? Controlling the clock is what we're seeing from the Merrillville Pirates offense right now. They want to own the second half and control it, and that's what we're seeing right now. They know that Valpo offense can be explosive and can score when they want, and they want to limit that any kind of comeback coming from Valpo, and this is exactly how you do it. Run the ball, move the chains, keep the drive going.
2nd down 2, Pirates. They need the 45. Nelson fakes the handoff, eyes downfield, flips one towards Mathis. He's got it. Inside the 20 goes Silas Mathis. He's had a nice game tonight. The entire Merrillville Pirates offense has had a great game tonight.
And that is the play action effect, right? Run, 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 run. Send our guy deep on a play action. There was no one around him for 5 yards. It was an easy pitch and catch and a nice large gain. Now Merrillville's flipping it over saying, let's punch it in and play some defense.
Punch it in and maybe send certain Vikings fans, if they don't have a personal connection, to the exits. Handoff Logan. It's going to take 6 Vikings to bring him down for a 12-yard gain inside the 10. Now goal to go for the Pirates.
And what you see from the Merrillville Pirates are just some straight gut plays.
They're just winning.
Exactly. And it's Logan versus a linebacker. And he's been making them miss quite a bit all night. And that's a tough, though, play. It's one-on-one with that kind of speed. That's a big ask of a kid.
Bill Marshall has never seen more than 28 points put up by the opposite team at this field as a head coach. The Pirates are knocking on the doorstep of breaking that record. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
First down, goal to go. Here's that big play to set up Merrillville where they're at now.
Yeah, you see this here, right? They had a bunch of run plays before this. Even that wildcat formation, play action pass down the deep center.
Logan, handoff up the middle, pushing, short at the 1-yard line. And
again, for the 20th time tonight, we heard that up the middle, right? Putting those backers on islands.
Justin Marshall slow to get up, left corner of the end zone. He's running off the field now.
Good to see.
Great to see.
I think we may see an up the gut dive again here by Logan. They've been having tremendous success with it this entire half so far and really been able to control the clock.
Back in 2017, this Pirates team lost by 28, and a touchdown puts them up by 27.
That is lower your shoulder, I'm going to get in. He put his shoulder down and delivered a hit and got across the goal line. Again, that dive play. We saw it the entire time, other than that play action deep down the center. But
I don't think you're going to stop that.
No,
I don't imagine a team in the state making a stop there on the goal line.
I
haven't seen every team in the state. There's a lot of teams, but
I can't imagine. They got the size plus the speed.
Yeah, this Pirates team, very special, and they've shown that tonight. Going for 2 again. Nelson flipping, incomplete. Conversion's no good. 27-point lead for the Pirates, and the most points dropped on Bill Marshall ever at Viking Field. He hasn't even lost a regular season home game here. Unless Valpo's got something special, he's about to. 34-7 the score. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
So the best part about transaction was?
I would say closing day. It's very exciting, and it went super easy and fast. And yeah, actually the whole sale went smoothly. And Dave, our real estate agent, was wonderful and helpful in every way, and just walked us through it. And yeah, it was a lot smoother than I thought it would be.
Pirates have led for nearly the entire ball game. They took the ball on the opening drive, went down and scored, forced a fumble on the ensuing drive to go up 14-0. Really haven't looked back since. 34, 7 to score. Pirates dominating the Vikings here on their home turf.
They've been spreading the wealth. They have so many weapons on that offense that it's hard to defend. Who do you cover?
Angel Nelson will kick it towards Nolan Johnson. It goes out of bounds. Great field position here for Valpo. They have exactly an NFL fourth quarter remaining. 15 minutes on the clock. Down 34-7. Really tough comeback. They're going to have to stop the run to do it. They haven't stopped the run all day. They're going to have to throw the ball downfield, something Valpo's not familiar with. The odds are long, but when a team like this, the Vikings, who are going to compete for a state championship, I don't think the Pirates are relaxing. Maybe some players, but I know Coach Brad C's definitely not relaxing against Valpo.
Yeah, and if you think of any kind of comeback, it's got to be a quick score here.
Lockhart, 1st and 10 from the 35. After the kickoff, out of bounds. Handoff, Vineyard, nothing. Ball nearly ripped out of his hands underneath the pile by Caleb Carter as well.
It's a great play by Caleb Carter, coming off the edge again. Vineyard's not getting anything up the gut, and it's not even necessarily always from the D-tackle spot. Them D-ends are quick, and they're making the play before he can even get to the line of scrimmage.
And it's 2nd down and 9. Valpo, according to John Harrell, however much stock you put into it, was actually a 6-point favorite in this game. They're down 35-7. Lockhart, handoff, Vineyard, stretch play left, nowhere. This Pirate defense, they're locked in.
They sure
like
are.
a dog at an airport, right for the bag. 3rd down and 9.
They are, and you've seen Valpo, too, as well, get away from them read options, too, right? We saw some success with Logan Lockhart running the ball, and it looked like if he would have yanked it, he had some green grass over here. Maybe they try to get back to that read option place.
3rd down, 9 now. And the Vikings got to air it out. But you're allowing your quarterback. It's a tough ask right now for Bill Marshall. I don't have any answers up here. We'll see if Bill Marshall has some down there. Lockhart whips one, nearly picked off the hands of Zach Lucius, the senior in the Merrillville secondary. He's in fact disappointed with himself. He didn't end up with the interception, but incomplete and 4th down for Valpo, and they're going to punt here.
Yeah, Zach read that well, and that's that closing speed that you see from the corners at Merrillville. They're able to backpedal, put their foot in the ground, and close on that. And those comebacks are a tough throw when you got speed at the corner on defense.
1:41 remaining, quarter 3, 34-7. As a punt is going to be downed at the 38-yard line. That's where Merrillville will begin their next drive. And if Merrillville is able to score and grab a 2-point conversion, they'll start the running clock at Viking Field, which if you want to talk about statements, that's a statement.
That's a statement.
I don't think if you would have asked somebody after this last season and the way Bill Marshall has started this year, the way he started his career, 19-2 record at home. Since his 0-3 start, he's 37-3. He's gotten to the Final Four every year as a coach. If you told somebody that Bill Marshall and this Valpo Vikings team was going to have a running clock put on him at Viking Field, nobody would have believed you.
Would have been a lot of money lost. A lot of money lost on that one.
And the Pirates have that opportunity now. 1st and 10 from the 39. Justin Marshall out of the Wildcat. He faked left, sprints right. Up the sideline he goes! Justin Marshall! Exclamation point! He trips on the track from the celebration, but it doesn't matter. It's all Pirates all day. And let's look at this one again. An absolutely massive play for Justin Marshall and the Merrillville Pirates, and a huge play down the right sideline from Marshall.
Yeah, that was that Wildcat formation, and all he did was hit the edge, and that was speed. He had the lead blocker, sealed the edge, a great block by the receiver that slid in on the right of that corner, and he just used his speed to beat the rest of that Valpo Viking defense.
An incredible display from the Merrillville Pirates, a shocking display, a display that is sending Vikings fans to the exits with 1:21 left in quarter 3. Handoff, Logan. This is for the running clock. There it is. And in the third quarter, Merrillville has forced the clock to begin running when we come back. Shock, an absolute shock here at Viking Field. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Big time touchdown run from Justin Marshall. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, Doug. Oh, just a little snafu with our replay system. Well, it's been a lot of touchdowns for Merrillville tonight. If you'd like to see the play, you can scrub back.
It has, and it's been really Marshall and Logan.
It's been a lot of touchdowns from Merrillville. As the score indicates, running clock as soon as this ball, they're going to do the kickoff. It's a major stoppage. Then the first play and the clock will start rolling. As Tommy Vo on the kickoff return slips out of a tackle. He's pushed down on the sidelines. And now, if I'm the coach here in a fierce rivalry, hey, listen, don't get crazy. Don't talk too much. Don't do anything that's going to get you hurt. Don't do anything that's going to get you suspended. Don't do anything that's going to make them remember you next year.
Exactly. That's the exact message they're sending here, and they're not going to give up. This is Valpo we're talking about, right? They are going to fight to the very end. But this is a great test for them. And if you talk about losing a big game, right now is the time you want to do that, not in the postseason. And this is only, I think, going to catapult them even more.
Yeah, it's going to be a big look in the mirror for the Vikings as Hayden Vineyard grabs himself a first down. Clock is rolling, no stoppages. 35-point plus is the running clock.
Right? These are the game films you take back and say, how do we correct this? Because if you correct this, you got a run going.
Yeah, it's just, is Merrillville too tough an opponent to even judge tape on, though, is
That's
of
tough.
the question floating in my head. But this might be the type of team you see for Valpo once you get to the Final Four, the final, at least somewhat similar. Lockhart rolling right, pitching right, and working his way up the right sideline. Brady Kukelka on the carry. That's the end of the third quarter. When we come back, quarter number 4, the clock is running. Merrillville, 42. Valpo, 7. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1959, Aurelio's has carried on their family tradition. Using quality products and the original family recipe, Aurelio's is still the pizza of choice for over 60 years. Call 462-9700 or visit aureliospizza.com to order your piece of family tradition. Aurelio's Pizza, 265 Northland Drive in Valparaiso. Carry out or delivery, the tradition tastes the same. Download the Aurelio's app and earn rewards with every order. From our family to yours, Aurelio's Pizza. Oh, and when you call, tell them Joe sent you.
(42-7) Pirates. And this big lead for Merrillville has been a collection of players adding to it. I mean, you've got Lavarion Logan with 3 touchdowns on the day. You've got Justin Marshall with a couple touchdowns on the day. Angel Nelson has been pinpoint and deadly effective. Let's take a look at that Justin Marshall touchdown from earlier today.
Yeah, you see the Wildcat formation here. Fakes it one way, kicks off. Look at his lead blocker up the front. Getting out in front of him, creating a lane, and he just uses his speed down the sideline.
And watch him slip on the track here. Oh, we just missed it. He slipped on the track a little bit. Response here perhaps from Valpo. A big pass inside the 20 out of our replay. Dylan Rodriguez, the tight end with the catch. We couldn't see the slip on the track because Valpo busy working on offense here.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we talked about Valpo's not going to go away here, right? They still got some things that they want to work on and still prove here. They're going to try and get in the end zone here and still play some defense and shut up, right? Their bend, don't break defense. Unfortunately, we haven't seen it much tonight, but that fight is going to remain there until the end of the game.
Least amount of points scored by Bill Marshall at his stadium here at Viking Field, 7. Trying to beat that total here. Hayden Vineyard, close to the 10-yard line. Clock is continuing to roll. We're near 11 minutes. Running clock is on. And it's shocking. Absolutely shocking. I mean, could never have guessed what's happened here tonight, Doug. This has been
agreed.
A statement that everybody in this state should hear. If Merrillville's in your way for anything this year, this game is going to terrify you on film.
It sure is. And everybody's looking in the state for the game. They're waiting for these results to come out.
I mean, I just imagine some coach at a stadium, his team's winning, he's thinking about, oh, man, Merrillville might be in our way for the state championship. Yeah, oh, my gosh. So what they did what? To who? Where? I can't believe it. And that's the type of game this is. I mean, it's absolutely shocking.
Yeah, it shows how powerhouse this Merrillville Pirates team really is. And again, though, Logan and Marshall has lit up the scoreboard tonight, it's been everybody, right? It's been big plays by Mathis. Frazier, big interception we saw earlier. They really do it all and everywhere on the field.
Lockhart zips one behind his intended target. First target of the game for the leading receiver, Ricky Hall Jr. It comes with 9:57 left in the fourth quarter.
Which is very shocking, too. He had a very big week last week. And to get his very first look of the night, you could tell Merrillville saw the film from last week and said, we got to shut this guy down. They've been doing it all night.
Yeah, I think they pinpointed Ricky Hall Jr. They pinpointed Hayden Vineyard. Said if we shut down those two, let's force Lockhart to roll to his weak side and find other targets.
Yes.
And it just hasn't been effective for the Vikings offense tonight. It's so tough to shut down Vineyard and Ricky Hall Jr., though. That's such a tough ask. And Merrillville's made it look easy. And Kenneth Grant swallows up Logan Lockhart. Another big defensive play from the big man. Actually, check that. That was 93 Roshan McGee, the sophomore, on the tackle there.
He's a big boy. It did look like Kenneth
thought
Grant
it was
out
Kenneth
there,
Grant.
right? That's just what else that Merrillville always does, too, as well, as they reload even.
Yeah.
So year after year, they get these athletes.
That was a sophomore. 245 pounds. Haven't seen him on the field tonight.
And out there playing like a starter.
Like a starter. I mean, we confused him for Kenneth Grant.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, we've poured praise on Kenneth Grant tonight. He's done an excellent job. Has really been one of the main players on the Merrillville defense. With the running clock, we'll end up doing the awards closer to the end of this quarter rather than in the post-game show. But we will have the Sentier Bank Studios where Mike Byer and Nathan Laird will take you through all the scores from around the region. I'm sure this game will be the talk of the town, the talk of the region, a number 1 versus number 2 matchup with the running clock. Backup quarterback in for the Merrillville Pirates. Snap bounced off his helmet, and he's brought down deep in the backfield.
And they say he was down?
Kayvon Wright, the sophomore, the quarterback in on that one. So they even skipped over Jalen Thomas, the junior, and tossed in the sophomore, Kayvon Wright, who, if you would have told Kayvon Wright at the beginning of this year in August, hey, you're going to be playing in the Valpo game.
Yeah.
He'd have been like, what went wrong?
Yes, right.
What went wrong in front of me that I'd be playing in this one? And here he is.
Some great experience for the young cats,
Yeah,
though.
oh yeah. A confidence-building game for sure for Merrillville. The sophomore right, handoff up the middle, and room to run. Fumble on the play, knocked out of a young player's hands and down on the ground and stopped there at the 27, so a chance here for Valpo again Remember the clock running, 7:19 and moving.
Yeah, great play by the defense there. Unfortunately, he just had his knee just down as he was picking that up because he had some green grass in front of him that he could have put it in the end zone. And we talked about that least point scored. Could have been broken right there.
Chase Schroeder was on the recovery there. Nice job by the junior. We're seeing some players that we don't often see, at least for the Pirates. They're rotating quite a bit on defense right now.
Again, you know, a lot of these kids, right, don't get that game experience like you do in practice. And this is great experience for them because you've seen before many teams do need to rely on their young cats when they start making this postseason run. And somebody goes down, it's next man up. And this is some great experience for both sides of the teams, especially when you start talking about the postseason run and who you can rely on.
First down and 10 from the 27. Lockhart fakes a pitch, Vineyard. Everybody's covered. Lockhart's got to run. He dashes out of bounds. Clock won't stop, remember. 6:18 left.
That was a nice fake, real hard fake. That whole Pirate defense bit on that fake sweep there, and then Lockhart used his legs. I thought we would have seen a lot more of that, too, as well tonight with Lockhart using his legs. And I think they could have had some success, but I think the big boys up front is really what got them steered away from what their true game plan was tonight.
Lockhart, eyes towards the end zone. Floats a ball for Ricky Hall, and it's incomplete. Knocked out of his hands. A very nice play from the Merrillville secondary to keep Ricky Hall Jr. off the scoreboard. Only his second target of the game, both of them coming with a running clock. We'll have our awards coming up later in this quarter. The Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, the IKORCC Play of the Game, and the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game. But right now, we'd like to remind everyone that tonight's live stream video is powered by Island Nutrition Smoothies in Valpo. Mention Region Sports this weekend and receive 33% off your 20-ounce smoothie. As Lockhart, quarterback draw up the middle, it's sniffed out by everybody. Tries to slip out of the grasp of a few tacklers. He keeps fighting. Late penalty marker is down. We'll see what the call is on the play.
Haven't seen many penalties this half. Both teams really cleaned up, especially Merrillville Pirates really cleaned up the penalty aspect from what we saw in the second quarter where a lot of laundry was being thrown out in the field.
Well, I mean, you just say to your team at halftime, just, hey, play clean, we'll win. Play clean, we'll win.
Exactly.
Because with the way the Merrillville offense is moving, it's going to be tough if they do play clean to make any sort of comeback. Make sure you stay with Region Sports after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio. The RSN crew will be on hand to recap all of tonight's action from around the region. Been quite a fun one. Well, I've had fun, Doug. I don't know if the game's been fun because it's surprised me.
Yeah.
And when you're in week 7 and you're getting surprised, that means you thought something different of one of these two teams than you normally would think.
Yeah.
Is it Valpo? Is Valpo not as good as we thought? I don't think so. I really don't think that's what it is. I really don't think this is an embarrassing performance from. I don't see embarrassment or slot. This was a train at top speed, and you were the car on the tracks.
Exactly.
There's no positive outcome from tonight's game, and I think all the yardage stats will indicate such after.
It sure is. I mean, it's a true statement of Merrillville Pirates, and they're a powerhouse. And like you said, a train at full speed, and they're just picking up more steam as they go. But that is a powerhouse team that you see over there, and they wanted to come in here and make a statement, and that's what we saw.
4:15 remaining, fourth quarter. Remember, the clock will be rolling. Logan Lockhart going to try to punch it in. Goal to go scenario. First down. After this goal to go, we'll name our awards for tonight. And a penalty marker down. It's going to be a false start on Valpo. And that's officially a false start. .351 remaining in the fourth quarter and counting. The clock has been running since 1 minute left in the third quarter. as the Vikings try to salvage a little bit of pride from the end of this game. As this hyped-up rivalry, a game that Valpo hasn't lost in 2,555 days. A stretch play to the left, knocked out of bounds. The ball carrier for the Vikings.
Seeing the young guys get some good experience here, and it's always great to see, too, as well. The young guys going in there. It's a good thing, too, as well, and they want to prove to Coach, hey, I can compete.
Yeah, that was a junior, Rocco McKeechee, 5'7" listed wide receiver on the carry stretch play left. Now a second down and goal. Lockhart, handoff blown up immediately, slipping in the backfield on the carry. And that was Justin Clark, actually the quarterback in now, thank you. Wearing the same number as Logan Lockhart, but they've switched out the quarterbacks, and I like that. You don't want to put your senior quarterback out there unnecessarily.
Exactly.
So Justin Clark, who also plays quarterback and also has to wear the number 5 because they have more than too many numbers.
Are filled.
Handoff, stretch play right. Looking for the edge. On the carry, Scotty Bradney. He's pushed out of bounds.
Some great speed there shown by him, too, as well. That jet sweep really tried to hit the edge. I mean, he was just a yard shy from breaking that, but showed some really good speed.
4th down and goal. Minute 58 left. After this 4th and goal play, we'll go through our awards for tonight. And then we'll take a break at the end of the game, recap this one a touch, and then send it back to the Centier Bank Studios, where they'll have the report. Of course, that's at the conclusion of all of tonight's games. This one moved a little quick tonight. Penalty marker down. Whistles will stop the play in its tracks. It's false start, and now a 4th and goal from the 3 is a 4th and goal from the 8. Just been a really, really tough night.
It has been. I mean, the thing, though, is that every position Merrillville has a stud. Yes. They really do. Defense and offense. And that's not saying Valpo doesn't either, but it really does show the athletic ability, the defensive lineman play. Kenneth Grant, we keep talking about, right, going to Michigan. It really stood out today that they're just at a next level.
Yeah,
Merrillville
I mean,
Pirates.
Look at the scoreboard. You can't argue with it. Sometimes sports is simple. And tonight, the Pirates were the better team. In the 4th and goal attempts, Justin Clark unable to complete it. It's a turnover on downs. Merrillville will win on the running clock. They do not have to take another snap. Well, they might have to. It's going to depend on the official here.
Yeah.
We want to thank the Valparaiso press box. Have been very helpful tonight. Helped us with some tackle calls. And that will be the game. They'll let it go. And the Merrillville Pirates have won in this rivalry for the first time in 2,555 days. Last time was October 3rd in 2014. It ends a 5-game losing streak for Valpo. It ends a 27 straight regular season win streak for Bill Marshall and the Vikings. It's also the only time Bill Marshall has lost at Viking Field in the regular season. He's 19-2 at this stadium. He had never had a team allow more than 28 points at this stadium. Only been done twice. Once by Merrillville, once earlier this year from Michigan City. 42 tonight from the Merrillville Pirates. They had a running clock with a minute left in quarter 3. An absolute statement game from the Pirates, and they didn't even need the 4th quarter to prove it more. Final score, 42-7. Let's go ahead, and before we get to the awards, just your final thoughts from this one, Doug.
Yeah, exactly what Merrillville wanted to do, they executed.
I thought you were going to say exactly what I thought was going to happen. I'm like, you're crazy.
No. But exactly what Merrillville wanted to do, they executed tonight, and you saw it. They made that statement. They sent a statement to the rest of the state saying, hey, we are a freight train, but we're not slowing down. And it really just showed the athletic ability, right, the defensive line play that Merrillville had. And if you're going to lose, right, that's a team that you definitely want to lose to. That's going to help you propel and catapult you for the postseason here for Valpo. Take some good film away. But overall, it was just Merrillville was just a little bit too quick, a little bit bigger and stronger tonight, and they definitely showed it.
And what's terrifying is I think the Pirates could have played better. They played sloppy in the second quarter. They had a turnover. They had some unfortunate kickoff coverage mistakes. They kicked the ball out of bounds on a kickoff. They had a late hit on a fair catch. It was a sloppy game at times for Merrillville, and they still won by 35.
So what do you think coaches think of seeing that now? When they get this film versus Valpo and they see that second quarter and say, wow, Merrillville didn't play well in the second quarter and they still put up 42 points, right? That is scary for some other coaches that are going to see in 6A. And I'm excited to see both teams, honestly. This is a great game for Valpo, right? Some big boys, bigger school that they were going up against. A good test for them here coming up towards the postseason. And then that was a statement, like we said, from Merrillville. And both teams are going to be very, very exciting to watch as they make their postseason runs.
The only quarterback to not throw an interception against the Merrillville Pirates this year, do you know who it is?
Surprised me.
Hobart's Noah Ehrlich, the
A
freshman.
freshman.
Only one that hasn't thrown an interception against Merrillville this year. Lockhart tossed one today. So that might be some exciting news for any Brickies fans that might be listening. Because with the way they just rolled over Valpo, everybody that Merrillville's beat this year, Andrean, Hobart, Crown Point, Portage, Michigan City, LaPorte, feel better about yourself.
Of course.
Because this team is going to do this to everybody. And that's kind of the story. And you feel bad for Lake Central next week. They had such a nice start to the season, new energy at Lake Central.
Yeah.
And next week at the Burial Ground is going to be a tough one.
It's going to be
It's going to be a long hill. But then we'll see if Chesterton can give Merrillville a run. Although, with the way what we saw tonight, it's going to be a tough task. Let's go ahead and get to these awards and then go ahead and get out of here, Doug. It's time to name the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crown Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. They are the insurance superheroes. The Crown Company's insurance superhero of the game, Doug?
Yeah, that's Laverian Logan at No Shock, the senior running back. 4 total touchdowns. 93-yard touchdown run, too, as well. That was set up after that Valpo fumble over in the goal line stance that Merrillville made. But tremendous performance again by Laverian Logan. 4 touchdowns is a remarkable stat, especially going up against a real tough Valpo defense.
A Valpo defense that so far this season had only allowed 14.7 points per game, 42 tonight from Merrillville. That's Laverian Logan. He's the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They are the insurance superheroes, and they're proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about our Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Great Lakes Roofing, Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. Call 886-551-7121 for a free estimate. The Blue Collar Player of the Game, Doug.
Kenneth Grant. He was absolute monster on the defensive line tonight. Multiple sacks, multiple tackles for a loss. They had to scheme away from him, and that disrupted Valpo's offense all night. He played big. He looks big out there, and he did a tremendous job tonight.
Well, I think you can make an argument, the 4 touchdown steals the headline from Logan, but this Merrillville offense was working against a gassed Valpo defense all day long because their offense couldn't move.
Yeah.
And they couldn't move because they had a guy they couldn't figure out. They couldn't scheme around him. They had to run away from him. They had to change their whole offense for him, and that's what Kenneth Grant forced tonight. Very, very deserving of the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game. Remember, call 886-551-7121 for a free estimate. And that brings us to our IKORCC Play of the Game. Justin Marshall, this one, the reason we picked this as the Play of the Game by Justin Marshall is because this game was a statement, and the 63-yard touchdown run capped off by a 2-point conversion to set a running clock in the third quarter on Valpo.
Exactly.
That was the exclamation point. That was the finale. That was the proof. That was the proof, and it was a stunning run from Justin Marshall up the right sideline.
It was, and it was perfect execution, too, as well. You saw his lead back 20 yards down the field, leading the way for him, and it was out of the Wildcat formation as well, something we didn't see right all night, some new formations they were running. But like you said, the exclamation point on the game, that running clock right afterwards, that was an amazing play, and it showed off his speed, too, as well.
So dangerous, the transfer from Calumet, and a lot of Pirates fans very happy to have that type of transfer come into the program. And when this program is picking up steam the way it is, there's probably going to be some more transfers down the road. Maybe buy a house in the Merrillville School District if you got to, right? I mean, that happens.
It does.
You got to actually buy the house, though.
Yes.
Teams have had some problems with that around the region as well. That's normal. Every state.
Yeah.
Every state that happens. But a great game tonight, a 42-7 final. Before we get out of here, I mean, looking forward for Valpo, do you burn this tape? I mean, because it's Merrillville, like, can you actually learn from this when it's a freight train? Or how do you learn from a game like this?
You do. You still got to watch film. You're still going to look and see how you can adjust and get better, regardless of who was on the other side of the ball, right? Especially when you have Kenneth Grant, right? Yeah, that's tough to look at film and say, hey, I need to block this guy. Yeah, it's very
you need
tough.
To block him better.
Yeah, exactly. But what you're looking for here is a little bit more schemes, right? How did the defensive line up? What did we run against that? What can we run against that to be successful in the future? And that's kind of what you look for here in the film sessions tomorrow morning.
Big win, statement win, exclamation point win for the Merrillville Pirates. Lavarion Logan, our Crown Company's Landryman superhero of the game, with 4 touchdowns, including a 93-yard touchdown that really set this game on fire for the Pirates right after a fumble on Valpo's first drive. They were looking to tie it. Instead, 14-0 lead, and they led by 2 scores at least the rest of the way. Massive game from Merrillville. Statement game. A score that will ring through the state of Indiana. 42-7. We want to thank our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our coordinating producer, Nathan Laird. Our game producer, Zach Miller, did an excellent job tonight. Our video man, Brandon Root, today. We also want to thank Stacy Adams, the athletic director here at Valpo, and also Herb Holford, the assistant athletic director here at Valpo, Brad Cease, the Merrillville head coach, Bill Marshall, the head coach for Valparaiso, and all the viewers around the world and around the region at facebook.com/regionsports and regionsports.com. The most shocking score of 2021 in the state of Indiana. Merrillville Pirates 42, Valpo 7. Thank you for watching. For Doug Ashenbaugh, I'm Lucas Moore, and we'll see you next time. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.